Yes! You won by 1 coin! 5 1 coin! 5 1 coin! What? Oh no! Hold on! Look at that!
What? The fuck happened?
We gave you Japan, and what did you do?
I took your world. It was not enough.
Trying to stall anyone. Ow! 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 Ow!
How it worked? I don't know.
Hi, Chatters.
Hi.
Oh, bye, Chatters.
Oh. Oh.
No! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Go, man!
Wait, what?
Maybe the crucifix.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, your gravel track, yeah.
Thank you, Lord Clang. I didn't appear to have asked for your input yet.
Oh god, I keep on hitting shit. No! Right.
You dick!
Steve, show me your spunk.
Show me your spunk.
I want your spunk, Ghosty.
Let me see your spunk.
Alright, welcome in, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Here we are, another week of Thickets Thoughts. And today, we are discussing Russia, Humanitarians, or Warmongers.
Boo! Boo, Russia! Boo!
So I think to premise this, we are talking about Russia as an institution more than we are just Russians in general. So we're not hating on Russians in general.
Boo the
here.
institution.
Welcome.
And there is a purpose behind doing discussion on Russia, because Kalantris wants something to start talking about the Geneva Convention. So
Yes.
we will get on to the Geneva Convention a little bit.
Straight to it. It's a
later.
great guideline.
We will get on to, I think, the Geneva Convention. Yeah, I is its own little discussion a little bit later. Looks as though I am going to be able to carry on editing the intro. By the way, guys, this is like part of the intro you've seen other bits for, and I'm just going to be editing this in the background, hopefully, as long as everything runs okay. So, yep, go on in. Russia.
Well, honestly, Russia is a very
That's it.
interesting country at the current moment. Actually, it's a very shit country at the moment because everyone hates it. And really, if
You wait
some
till Valley
people-
comes on later and he changes
No,
his tune completely.
if some people genuinely had access to nuclear warheads, they'd probably send them to Ukraine and blame America and start a World War III. Like,
I mean, lots of countries have access to nukes, right?
yes, but the thing is, if one guy sends a nuke, they're gonna be sent to jail, and then they have to like maybe send that person actually to the country where he get executed. I don't know how in the entire like treaty world works, but like Putin might even like put out the fucking arrest order, and Europe's very like, maybe we'll do that, maybe we won't. But if they do, they're gonna get executed if they get the prisoner. But technically, we're living in a weird situation of a Cold War 2.
Guys, is it just me, or does Kalantris keep going crackly for you too?
Hold up. Okay, so you want me to be
No. That's why I'm asking if it's just me. Fruitbat, does he keep going crackly for you, or?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, we'll just see if it continues. It may be because I'm running Blender, that's all.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, carry on.
What else do I have?
I don't know. What else do you have? Okay, I can't hear you. I'm not going to be able to run Blender. What's going on? Right, sorry, I didn't hear a word you said after you said what else do I have. Clearly I can't run Blender while I'm streaming.
No, you cannot. Your PC is not strong enough. So as much as you want to, you can't. So let's boot up Motortown and let's do Oil Run. No, yeah, let's do the
Yeah,
fucking...
looks as though I'm loading up
Target.
Motortown, yes. Anyway, so what you said what else do you have, and then I didn't hear anything else.
I kind of forgot. Well, did I? Yes, sort of. Well, obviously in Russia we have our very good friend Valley. He'll probably come around later. And obviously he lives in Russia and he has all of this fucking coke stuff to do. And
Has all of his coke stuff to do. You make him
Sorry,
sound like he's a drug.
Coca-Cola,
You
not
make him
Coke.
sound like he's a drug dealer.
well, Putin might actually be a drug dealer for all we know, but they won't tell that to the
I
fucking Russian
that.
media. Huh? You second it? Thunder.
He's probably got contacts in the drug world. That's how he's making millions.
Yeah, most likely.
I mean, I think anybody that's leader of a nation is going to be making millions. It's
Yeah,
kind
pretty
of
much.
you don't get to that position without being paid relevantly.
Actually, it's rumored that Rishi Sunak is now richer than the king.
Probably.
The
I
Prime
mean-
Minister of England is richer than...
Well,
Okay. I guess. I don't know that fact
Yeah,
at
could
all.
well be.
Interesting fact, but Thunder, can we stay on topic for Russia? Obviously our good friend Valley, he lives there. He has obviously sent some pictures of the Russian sanctions that's obviously happened. Obviously in good reason. One of the things that you also see online is maybe like, so the milk cartons that used to be green, or the juice cartons that used to be green, are now white because green is an export from somewhere else, because the sanctions are back to white. So obviously that is a bunch of fun. But yeah, the most important thing that we have for Russia at the moment is obviously the war in Ukraine that started about 2 years ago now. Did it?
a little bit more than that.
It has been a while.
Fuck, I can't take that.
If we are, we're in May now, so I guess 2 years and 2 months or something. Or is it 3 years? It must be just 2 years, because it started 22, I think. Because I do remember I had a friend that actually went down to
I think-
Ukraine to, like, help.
It may have been 2021.
So 3 years, then.
Yeah. May have been 2021 when they first started the attacks on Ukraine. Because what surprised me looking at this the other day was like
Yeah, 22, actually.
okay.
Morning of 24th of February is when they started. But I guess
2
you can
days before my
also
birthday.
Yeah,
That was a nice birthday present.
3 days before mine. And actually 1 day after my best friend. but did the war did it fully start when Russia invaded? Obviously, some saying yes, some saying no.
Well, it didn't, did it? Because this is what surprised me the other day, was that technically it started...
2014 with the Crimea Islands that they took over.
Yeah, so 2014 has been the official start of the Russia-Ukraine war. It just escalated in 2021.
Well, I get yes. I would almost say that it was a conflict until the invasion in 22. But obviously, I might be completely wrong about that part.
I mean, conflict or not, that's still a war.
Nah, fair. But yeah, the Crimea Islands is obviously the islands underneath Ukraine, which Russia just annexed. But the main problem is that we can't add Ukraine into NATO due to the war that started in Crimea and the escalation of it in 22 of the invasion of Ukraine. Because if we do so now, we'll obviously end up with World War III, and that's not good for anyone. Because
I mean, there's obviously legitimate like, if we didn't have these concerns where other nations got involved and such like, and we were still just of the time at which, you know, anybody could invade anybody, and as long as they were more powerful than the country they were invading, then boom, they'd take it over, right?
yeah.
Now, obviously that is...
They were too overconfident and it'll be their undoing.
Well, yeah, I think that's a completely different point, though, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, we can't just decide that we're going to take over a nation and take them over anymore, like we used to be able to. That's just...
It's a lot more difficult now.
I mean, it's damn near... it'd be damn near impossible to do without other nations getting involved in anymore, right? Like, you wouldn't just be able to turn around and say, right, we're gonna wipe out Russia and take Russia over, and it become a, you know, the British were famous for doing that. I don't think even the Brits could go and take anybody over anymore.
Falklands.
Never mind, we apparently have the thing.
Thank you.
What?
Falklands apparently was the Falkland War. But how long ago was that, Thunder?
80s.
Yeah,
80s.
Falklands War was a
4
long
years ago.
time ago. Reb, now that you're back, did you want to appear on the webcam in any way?
4 years.
Give me a second.
I don't have a webcam anymore, so.
How do I... Okay, so I can invite you in. Obviously, I won't hit the go live until you're ready. But I can invite you into the thing, and then you can...
I challenged you down in the fucking desert, okay.
Yeah, it's where I last finished, apparently. Alright, so
okay.
Reb, I've sent you an invite on Twitch to the guest star thing. Once you've got it set up and stuff, let me know, and then I can mark it go live. Anyways, right. Fuel's quite good, so I can place the controller down for a bit.
Yep, same. What else is there? Well,
I mean, I Russia has been like a thorn in nations' sides for years, right?
yes, games have been made about Russia being this incredible force that's very hard to deal with, or whatever.
I mean,
Call of Duty most notably, Battlefield to a certain extent, but they've also fought the Chinese.
Well, even VTOL, you look at it, a lot of the user-made missions on there are like NATO versus Russia and Soviets and blah blah blah. You know, it's like it's this common thing. Russia have always been a thorn in the side of just about every other nation.
Yes, they have.
I know from a UK perspective, Russia have been a constant thorn in the side because there's constantly been like they constantly send planes over to breach our airspace, and then you know every few years you hear a news story about Russia where it's mainly scaremongering, but you hear a news story about Russia coming close to UK islands and having to be chased off by fighters, and it's like it happens all the time, but they use it to try and scare people into thinking that war is close.
Yes.
When it's not, it's just Russia testing the response times of other nations, basically.
Pretty much. Which, obviously gets annoying for the RAF, but it does mean that the possibly the AAs are having a bit of fun, just like, oh yeah, hi, have you seen this?
Can you imagine being, because obviously there's air patrols going on all the time anyway.
Yeah.
From like the RAF and that. And can you just imagine like when that happens, when Russia gets picked up on the radar, the pilots are just going to be like, right, come on, it's our time, let's go. They're guaranteed they flip that master switch up on their weapons and they got their thumb on the...
Yeah, they're just like waiting, like, okay, Sarge, like, no.
Give us the order.
Yeah, give us the order. Like, no, sorry, conflicts are telling us no. Like, but I wanted to shoot them.
I want to send this Sidewinder up their ass.
Yeah, I want to send their Sidewinder. I just want to prickle them with the Gatling gun, and you take the wing out so they fall into the sea, so we can take them as a prisoner of war. You know, just play with them afterwards. I want to be friends.
Because there is very, very strict guidelines in there on the on
initiation of war and during
the
war,
protocol,
and
yeah,
and protocols of what to do after war, with like the prisoners of war, people you've killed on the battlefield. Because obviously
Russia broke that.
Well,
yeah, Russia did, but
right,
also Ukraine did in retaliation do the exact same.
But this is kind of this kind of goes into the discussion on the Geneva Convention then, right? Because so the Geneva Convention, the idea behind the Geneva Convention was to try and make sure that everybody behaved in a fair way in a conflict, right?
Yep.
And the fact that they don't, so you're not allowed to target civilians or civilian populated areas and things like that. You have to keep civilians to a minimum. This was the biggest problem with the current escalation in the Russia-Ukraine war, right?
Yes.
Because Russia, from what I understand, Russia just bombarded the main cities of Ukraine. And gave no regard for civilian safety.
No. Other things that I gotten from my friend was also that Russia would intentionally bomb a supermarket where civilians were to like go to get groceries every single day. Would just bomb that place and then like wait for the actual military combatants to come and help and such. And would then end up bombing it again to take out the military personnel. So they're using civilians as bait to kill, or in their case, they're seeing it as necessary sacrifice, probably,
See, so
to actually
this
get the
will
military people out to
this will
attack
be
them.
this will be interesting in terms of those types of stories, to hear what Valley's heard in terms of those when Valley is on.
Yes, because obviously, what we can only assume is that Russia is basically a dictatorship. There's like no way of like looking other than it is a dictatorship, because Putin has killed every other competitor, most likely. Obviously, untrue, but I would say very fucking true that he has.
I mean, they're still is Russia still a communist country?
No, they're technically democratic country, but
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they are now a democratic country, but essentially they're
Putin has
still
been-
they're still basically running
With
as-
quotation marks in there.
yes.
Yeah, they're still basically running as a communist regime, right?
Yeah, because Putin himself has been in the KGB, apparently. Some people have been checking this. I
Yes, he
haven't-
was in the KGB.
Yeah, so he was in the KGB, so he's thinking like the KGB tactics from the communist era of Soviet Union, and he obviously wants the Soviet Union to come back, hence why he wants to take over the necessary countries to do exactly that, to get like the massive Soviet Union back to its former glory or whatever. And obviously he's meeting a bit of a stalemate with now with Ukraine, and obviously most of the countries in the entire world are giving Ukraine enough money to either buy weapons or outright giving weapons to Ukraine to use in war. Brand new tanks, brand new weaponry. Like Norway has also sent weapons. Like we were, our like biggest thing is obviously being snipers and our naval battles and
Andrew,
such.
do you know how it's actually working? The funding package.
Uh,
Right, I've got you up on
Which
the
funding
I've
package?
got you up on
Well,
the stream.
I
there,
happen to
Rip.
know in America, say if they're going to give like what? How much was it?
some
The latest one.
don't know, probably
They're
a
going to
billion or
give
something.
them that much money in equipment, is what it means, not actual physical money.
Yeah.
So if they say we're going to give you $1 million, they'll give them say $1 million worth of shells, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, here.
Unless they've
So-
got you a deal going on, we'll give you every X amount of shells. We'll give you this much, 3. I don't know if they're doing that, but
Yeah.
No, they're not doing it that way.
Quick
Yeah.
Google search. I said how much money has
Not
been given to
China, then.
Ukraine. So.
There we go, Reb. We got
so
you up on
basically,
we got you
it's
up on stream.
not only helping
Yeah, I see that.
their allies, it's helping the
I've added a
American
chroma key as well.
economy as well, right, Reb?
So,
Yeah.
basically, America's putting it into American economy.
yes.
Yeah. So America's apparently given
So-
175 billion.
The easiest way to put it is America is taking stuff out of our reserves that's going to expire pretty much, giving it over to Ukraine, then taking the money that they were saying that they're giving to Ukraine and basically using that to create new stuff for the reserves.
Fair enough. That's obviously a good thing, but in a way, we're essentially, whilst Russia is attacking Ukraine and testing the borders of other countries and whatnot, most of NATO and other countries are now basically getting the approval to test their weapons in live fire situations to a certain degree, I guess.
What, basically view the Russians as your target, have at it, practice away.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much. I'm not even gonna joke. That's literally how I'm like seeing this entire situation going. I've seen also through Brendan Herrera, because people like to send him shit.
Yeah.
That they have used old weapons like a Kar 98 found in World War II. They've used weapons from World War One, where it was only like bolt action rifle stuff. using clips. Some people are using prototype weapons because obviously that's in the reserve of America. So probably like an F-2000 was sitting there, and they just went, "Yeah, we'll send that over to Ukraine." Obviously, these are all like weapon names that Chatters won't even fucking know, but in general,
Hey! I know weapon names.
okay, what is an F-2000?
I don't know that.
Exactly. Proven point.
No, not
You do
proven
know-
point.
okay,
I know
wh-
what
do
a
you know
car
what a-
is.
Okay, what's a Car 98?
A car 98 is an assault rifle.
No,
Yes, it is.
no.
Yes, it is.
Francis, I don't think you've heard the latest news yet from Russia. They don't want to commit this super duper, oh god, Armada tank because it costs way too much.
Oh yeah,
So they don't want to
that's-
employ their best equipment into something that's not a war.
Apparently,
But
they don't
actually,
view.
actually turned around and admit it is a war now. You can't
Yeah.
stop denying that.
Yeah, it is a war. So Russia obviously tried to fucking tell the Western media that yeah, we're not doing this war. Just like we're taking out the Nazis at the start of the war. And no, I don't think a single soul bought that they were taking out Nazis. I think there's probably like a photoshopped or some kind of faked image where there is a EU flag, Ukraine flag, and a Nazi flag in a crowd standing there all together. I think that is a fake photograph that went viral, and some people actually believed it.
By the way, we're not partied up in Motortown.
I just realized. Fair enough.
I got a collision penalty. What? It's on fucking autopilot. How did I get a collision penalty in autopilot?
Great job. Let's open the door, see how many people gets in here. Oh, there's so many people like coming in, leaving. Okay. I just gotta get the fuck
But
out
like,
of here.
so in terms of the Geneva Convention, let's go back to that because obviously the Geneva Convention is like,
It's the protocol of laws to do, I guess, gentlemanly warfare. I guess is the best term to.
But you see,
describe it.
according to my understanding before, until I looked it up, the Geneva Convention was basically enforced with like every country around the globe, more or less.
Yes.
But it's not.
No, we figured out that America did not sign to join the Geneva Convention.
Neither did the UK.
Yeah, neither did UK.
So,
Which is obviously an interesting tidbit. But Reb, since you're an American, can you elaborate, maybe?
yeah, Reb, speak for your nation in terms of the military defense and the reasoning why you lot didn't sign the Geneva Convention.
Actually, I don't even fully know on that one.
Fair enough.
So
I guess we have a Google search to do.
So on the 22nd of August 1864, the conference adopted the first Geneva Convention for the ameliorate of the condition of wounded in armies in the field. 12 states and kingdoms signed the convention, and that was Swiss, Baden, Belgium, Denmark, Spain, French, Hesse, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal and the Algarves, Prussia, and Württemberg.
Hesse? Where's that?
No idea. The Grand Duchy of Hesse. How they have... So Protocol 3 is 2005. I'm guessing more have signed up since.
Must have, obviously. Well, I say obviously. Might not have, but... Obviously they saw the thing, the Geneva Convention, because we had... So obviously America didn't sign immediately, but they did sign afterwards, because I do know because of... It was... I know
the
America
list.
had the use of flamethrowers during the Vietnam War.
I have the list.
Yeah, okay.
So, the United Kingdom joined in 1957. The United States joined in 1955.
Okay.
The United States signed in 1949, and it was ratified in 1955.
It was
Britain.
Wait. So say
It was
again.
ratified.
So what does ratify mean again?
Yeah, that.
In the U.S., if something has to get ratified, for example, some type of national defense thing, it actually has to go through Congress and the House of Representatives to actually get voted through, and then they can actually go through and have it signed into national law. So it has to be done that way in order to be ratified.
So basically, they pre-signed it, but then it went through Congress, and Congress agreed with it, so it became law.
Okay, and
Yeah.
this was 55, you said.
Yeah, it was ratified in 55. Yeah.
Okay. Quick Google search. Apparently, the Vietnam War started in 1955, 1st of November. Which is also where America obviously joined, probably immediately as the war erupted. It
To bail out
lasted.
the French.
Yeah. It lasted 20 years until 1975. This is just like a bit of like a side thing. But in that war, they did use flamethrowers, which obviously got into the Geneva Convention of being a weapon that would be illegal to use due to its horrific nature and how you would kill your targets.
By the way, in 1864,
Yeah.
the UK and the US were also signed up.
Yeah. So
So
obviously-
they were signed up to the original 1864 Geneva Convention, but the one that I read out where they ratified it in 1955, that was the
next laws and such, I guess.
1949 convention.
Yeah,
Now,
after World War II.
Because interestingly enough, so part of the Geneva Conventions actually specified the treatment of prisoners during wartime, right? And how
that's one of
you
the
can
things.
treat prisoners of war. Now, obviously, that raises the question: what about Guantanamo? I always struggle with that word, Guantanamo Bay.
Yes.
Now, I do know, and it's not nations, but there are 3 agencies around the world that are actually allowed to ignore the Geneva Convention.
I'm gonna guess one of them is America.
So one of them is I believe it's the CIA.
Okay. Oh, specific part. So
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like
As I
country,
said,
okay.
agencies. They're not. It's not
Yep.
nations. It's specific agencies.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
the CIA can ignore
Geneva
the-
Convention.
Geneva Convention. I think it's MI5 can ignore the Geneva Convention. It's either MI5 or MI6.
Can ignore the Geneva Convention.
Well,
Say again?
but they're not signed up, are they? Like,
Exactly.
No, pirates
Yeah.
are not signed up by default, so I guess that kind of.
what
like,
we are
stabs them,
talking
yes.
about is nations that are signed up. There are 3 agencies which are allowed to ignore the Geneva Convention, and one is the CIA. One is it's either MI5 or MI6. I always get them mixed up.
Is it both?
No, because so one of them is I can't remember which way round it is, but I think
it's MI6 because MI6 deal with overseas.
with
MI5
external. Yeah,
deal with
that's what I was just gonna say. So
central.
basically, the difference between MI5 and MI6 is similar to the difference between the CIA and the FBI. One works primarily inside the country. One
Confused
primarily
about the
works
MI5s.
external.
Was it MI5 and MI6? There used to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, but they all got like merged into one, or them two, after
Okay.
World War One.
That's fine. The third agency that I believe I could be wrong in this, but I believe is allowed to ignore the Geneva Convention it's an agency that's part of the United Nations. doing the same sort of thing as MI6 and the CIA.
Okay.
I'm not sure what agency it is, but so I think by that the Geneva Convention, because your discussion wanted to be whether the Geneva Convention should be
Is a
just
guideline.
guidelines rather than law. I think
Yeah.
it kind of is just guidelines then, isn't it? At least
Guidelines for
at least
three
for
a-
us.
Yes.
I mean,
for
yeah, we're all
us, okay.
guidelines.
So obviously the great parallel is that in games and such, if we were to be prosecuted under Geneva laws and the laws of our countries, we would have committed atrocities and genocide at massive scales, incomparable to actual real life things. Like, we have done manslaughter in GTA, we have done vehicular slaughters in GTA, we have done mass, obviously,
We've set people on
Our-
fire.
yeah, set people on fire by throwing a Molotov for no reason other than it was funny.
No,
We've shot.
no. The other reason was it was Neeksy.
Exactly, it was funny, and it's a French person. But yeah, in terms of like for gaming, we would have been already locked up and had consecutive life sentences.
I mean,
Being-
I've watched you while we've been playing Ready or Not. I know you would have been locked up.
Yes. I just like, oh yeah, I like the gas. Straight onto gas, and everyone else like, can you stop with the gassing? 9!
Oh god, I remember that one.
9, my Führer.
Yeah. Obviously. Nazis are obviously a constant thing when you're playing any World War II fucking game. For obvious reasons. Yeah, under Geneva Convention, other things I actually found was Geneva Convention laws is it specifically prohibits murder, mutilation, torture, the taking of hostages, unfair trial, and cruel, humiliating, and degrading treatment. It requires that the wounded, sick, and shipwrecked be collected and cared for. It grants the ICRC the right to offer its services to parties to the conflict.
Plenty of people talk about this when they're like on, when they're in war and such like that. How weird would it be, right? You literally shoot somebody, and as soon as you've shot somebody, the next thing you do is you go over to them and you start patching them up to keep them alive. Like,
Seen that in World War What? Oh god. What was that film? All Quiet on the Western Front. When that German and that Frenchman are in the trench, and he stabs him, and they're there for ages, and then he finally decides to help him, but it's too late by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the consequences of ignoring the Geneva Convention?
Well, theoretically, it's whatever other people are willing to do to you. Like, that's the case with all laws.
Well,
Like,
we
they're
all
not
say
handed
we're
on
going to be
from
pulling
arm to
Russia
arm.
apart after this.
Well, we will most likely
Yeah.
divide Russia into several
I'm-
into more parts because it clearly didn't work with the Soviet Union and breaking them apart.
I
No,
mean,
Russia's going to have a new prime minister in power because he'll be
Yep.
too scared. They won't be able to help protect him unless Wagner defend him.
the consequences are, as a nation, you get charged with war crimes, right?
Yes. As the country, you can be charged with war crimes. Obviously, Germany is still paying off their massive debt.
The
from
way I like seeing things.
World War II, because they finished paying that debt in World.
No,
for
no,
World
they,
War-
actually that debt is being stopped
Okay.
because they
they're
actually had a meeting saying, "Can we just end it?" And everyone said yes. I'm like, why on earth did you fucking say yes? Now Germany practically control most of things in Europe now. And look
so-
what happened. They controlled so much, said so much in the EU. Oh, we don't want this. England must suffer if they want to leave. And they also said we need to be more dependent on Russia's gas. And look what happened. they practically gave Crimea to the Russians in 2014.
By the way, guys, put your hands up if you're surprised that Thunder's getting
So basically, we can just
Getting
say
riled
this
up
is
over
all-
history? No. It's very normal. It's very normal to be riled up for history for Thunder. Anyways.
And what's more, if we go further back to World War One, many people blame Germany when we can just basically blame Russia for sponsoring that terrorist state that killed the Archduke of Hungary.
Franz Ferdinand.
So
If I
basically,
remember correctly,
most of
because
Europe's
that's a
problems
band, actually.
are
That's
from
what they call it.
Russia.
Yeah, Franz Ferdinand of Austria, Esther.
So what you're saying then is that Hitler wasn't really that bad. He was just a puppet for Russia.
Blimey, that's the take.
Well, he did start the entire thing, but he started off by just like being Austrian.
Yeah, I mean, it's
in
like this.
Germany, and then
that
he went to
country is
Austria.
still
Austria said, "Yes,
bizarre.
we will join you." And then the entire thing started like breaking off.
I mean, the
guess.
funny thing is, like, not when you think about World War One, he didn't. World War One was nothing to
In
do
World War
with
One,
Hitler,
he
per
wasn't.
se.
No, because he was an officer in that war.
Yeah, World War One
No, he
wasn't.
was a corporal.
Yeah, he
Right.
was.
Well,
corporal,
whatever.
sorry.
He did not run the country in World War One. World War One was not Hitler's making.
He wasn't
World
even
War
in
No,
German.
it's not.
World War
No, he wasn't
Two.
in Germany. He joined that afterwards, and he got rejected for multiple paintings he wanted to do in Germany.
World War Two was
He got rejected
completely
from the
Hitler.
art school he wanted to go to.
Yeah, but if you go look at the timeline, if World War One had not happened, would World War Two have happened? Hitler
Well,
would
you
never
should-
have
you should-
been
you
Austria-Hungary.
shouldn't have
Probably
said
would still
no
be a
to-
thing.
Right.
No,
The
you
simple
shouldn't have
answer
said
to that
no
is
to
no.
Hitler.
World War Two wouldn't have happened because it would have been World War One.
Yes.
No,
but
even
also-
that didn't happen. It probably
No,
wouldn't
so
have been
so
World War
here
One.
here's a funny tidbit that like constantly goes around the internet is that if the people at the painting or like the schools didn't say no or reject Hitler's like painting and such, we wouldn't be getting World War II. Is what a lot of people are like. So we should have actually said when you saw his painting,
Can I just
say
point
yes.
out, Poland didn't exist
was
in World War
the
One.
was
It was
the
part of Russia.
Yeah, fair.
was the leader of the art school? You know, was the headmaster of the art school, whatever? Was he a Jew?
I don't know, but probably. Actually, no. Let's have a. Can we actually wait? What would be the question to ask Google for that? What's the if I can print
What was the leader of the
Circle
art school
of
that rejected Hitler
Hitler's
a Jew?
art school? A Jew. Oh, what's the principal of Hitler art school a Jew? I read the mass literature out there that the professor who refused Hitler's entrance into art school were Jewish, and he took that personally and as a personal insult. People
Rev,
responded
do you
with,
keep disconnecting from Discord?
Yeah, I'm having Discord issues.
Oof.
Strange. Alright.
Does it
No
need
worries.
updating?
I don't think so. I do have a Windows update sitting there.
So that didn't come up with a answer then, Calantris.
Well, the only thing that the first answer is like someone has seen Hitler's artwork. And I'm gonna be honest, it's actually not that bad. Like it's
No, he was a good
actually
artist.
Yeah, he was a very good artist. Like this is good.
Don't most
Well,
of
someone
it,
saying he-
don't most of his
apparently.
don't most of his artworks reside in the Vatican now?
What? Whose artwork? Hitler's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hitler.
Hitler's.
Actually, some of that tried to go on sale. I remember it.
Probably at auction for millions, because that's priceless artwork.
No,
I mean,
From a,
Well, I guarantee a lot of it's sat in the Vatican.
yeah, probably.
You can almost
I don't
guarantee that, like, just about everything. I guarantee the Vatican's probably got 90% of Van Gogh's artwork.
He's technically competent in his drawing and understanding
Hi,
of
Reb.
perspective, and would know
Jared.
that have been a successful architect had he followed the path that was suggested to him when he was denied entry into art school. So they suggested him going to architecture, actually. I guess that could have helped him in some regard. what Hitler really needed was to have a good old-fashioned nervous breakdown rather than keep his
I'd
rage
like to
bottled
point out
inside.
there is a secret Hitler fortune, which still is not being claimed today because no one wants to claim it. They don't want to
I'll claim
be.
Isn't
Say,
there a
oh,
game called
this was
Secret
my
Hitler?
uncle.
Yeah,
Great
Secret
There
Hitler
is a
is
game
good.
called Secret Hitler.
There's also
Secret
this.
Hitler's so
though.
good.
Is that
If you do
social?
claim
Is that
it, you've
that
got
social-
years of back.
I think
is that
it
social
is.
deduction game by any chance?
Yeah, it's social deduction. It's
Yeah.
like you have a president, they have to select a chancellor, everybody votes on it.
Eh,
then you put
yeah,
through,
isn't
like,
this?
Yeah,
polls.
he's in there.
Isn't it a board game?
Yeah, it's amazing. Love it.
So, yeah,
Wait,
search
we
for what-
did that, didn't we, on that free thing?
There is a version of it in Tabletop Simulator, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
is
believe
Secret
there's
Hitler?
also a version in VR chat.
Yeah, okay, so Secret Hitler is a social deduction game for 5 to 10 people about finding and stopping Hitler and a fascist takeover. Players are secretly divided into 2 teams, the liberals who have a majority and the fascists who are hidden to everyone but each other. If the liberals can learn to trust
that's
each other, they have enough votes to control the elections.
We
and
we
save the day.
we have to get Maurice into VR
fascists
chat and
will
then
say
just vote
whatever
him
it
out
takes to get
immediately.
elected, advance their agenda, and win the game.
Yep,
So
it's a
you just have to
quality
be
game.
fascist and take over the fucking take over the liberals. So I guess it's current world America.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was a bit. I don't know why, but it just felt very realistic.
Oh god, actually.
Reb,
program.
would
I
you
remember
say it's
years
almost
and
modern
years
day
and
America?
years
The
ago on
Secret
Discovery. I
Hitler
never
stuff?
saw it though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what if
Thank you for agreeing, because I was almost like stereotypical there.
Axis Alliance had won World War II? Rather than having all, the Nazis on trial, they had like the world leaders on trial. They had Churchill taking the stand in the chair with guards, Nazi guards standing next to him.
I mean,
I wish I'd have watched it now.
doesn't this highlight though? Like, cause like a lot of like Philip's, most of Philip's family, like his sisters, married, married high-ranking Nazi officers.
Yeah, they were
Um,
called like Jew kids or something. I forgot what they were called.
But like, so you get all this like high up ranks are always closely entwined and all of that stuff. But isn't it bizarre? Like, Russia is fast becoming the modern day Germany, right? Or
Yes.
have always been the modern day Germany, I guess.
Yep.
But they've never quite been stupid enough to do what Hitler did.
What? Camps burn the Jews?
Yeah, because you immediately get
'Cause
everybody.
I don't think there are any
lost.
Jews in Russia, are
Well,
No,
no.
no, there's a huge population of Jews in Prussia.
But it's not
Yeah.
necessarily. It's
there?
not.
Russia, not Prussia.
But
Well, there is no Prussia now.
it doesn't have to be Jews, does it?
No.
Like, it can be absolutely anything. My fucking controller's pissing me off. It can be anything, but the idea is that,
Where is our Comrade Valley?
Oh, Gulag. Oh yeah, fuck. That's a popular thing that's obviously memed about also.
Don't
Gulag
forget-
was a system of forced labor camps in the Soviet Union. The word Gulag originally referred only to the division of Soviet secret police that was in charge of running the forced labor camp from 1930s to 1950s during Joseph Stalin's rule. So I guess Gulag was like the most like
Don't forget, we
controversial camps back
still
then.
have that most hilarious scene from the Grand Tour when they visited Stalin's house. Someone ended up breaking the cupboard.
oh, welcome back, Rob.
Welcome back, bro.
If you don't
I
remember it,
don't know. I
James
don't
Bay
actually
went to have a
remember.
look in one of the cupboards, opened it, and it just broke off the hinges, and he's like, "I've broken Stalin's house." the Gulag. Jeremy Clarkson's face just turned red with
Is
laughter.
that what that
I
knock
mean-
is? Is it Reb coming back?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought I was going mad.
No,
yeah,
it's
it's
Reb
Reb coming
coming.
back because he has to knock him sound.
Jeez.
That's why.
I think the thing is what you've got to remember is half of what happened, probably actually 90% of what happened on Top Gear and the Grand Tour, etc., was completely
scripted.
scripted. Yes.
Yeah,
But
of course.
but a full-on laugh from Jeremy, and that like didn't exactly
Fruitbat, you say course, but I don't think Thunder realizes that it's so scripted.
Oh no, it's it's
But, like,
basically pro wrestling for car guys.
Yes, but I would still say that, like, James May breaking a handle installing was probably an unscripted thing, because it was probably just meant to, like, open the cupboard and call it a day. But it's like, oh shit, I broke installing his house. So obviously they couldn't stop fucking laughing. So that's scripted that went into unscripted.
I did say 99%. That still does leave a small amount for
I would say more 95, because there's probably like a big...
Oh my god, it's a figure, the same 99%
Yes, right,
is a figure of speech. Fucking hell.
Okay, fine, anyways.
Pedantic little shit.
Alright, back to the concentration camps. I decided to just search if Russia has concentration camps. The closest it got is Russian filtration camps for Ukraine. Filtration camps, also referred to as concentration camps, are camps used by Russian forces during 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine to register, interrogate, and detain Ukrainian citizens in regions under Russian occupation before transferring them into Russia. Sometimes as part of a forced population transfer.
So Russia also ignored the Geneva Convention then?
Uh-huh. They're just using the entire thing. Oh yeah, what should we do to like do more war crimes? Create concentration camp, but we will call them filtration. It's legal for us to put them in because they're now technically in Russia, and now they need to register as a Russian citizen instead of a Ukrainian. And obviously, most Ukrainians are not very fucking happy with that because I would say probably in instances there are probably a lot of them that's just being pulled from their homes straight in and said, hi, you're now having to live in Russia. Fuck you. Simple as that.
I was just about to say something.
That guy's gonna be speeding.
What were you gonna say, Thunder?
I don't remember. That's the problem.
Okay. But yeah, that's basically the closest thing we have to modern day concentration camps.
Oh, yes. That.
It was remembered.
Does anybody know the origin of concentration camps?
Torture,
No,
making the population smaller.
Originally created them?
Well, I don't think it was in World War II by Hitler, so I
No,
don't
it
know.
wasn't. Chatters, I think you might know.
I mean, I'd say that probably the slave trade was the closest thing resembling concentration camps.
Okay,
No,
so-
I'm afraid, Chatters, fruit that. Britain sadly has that dark.
Oh yeah, no, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, oh yeah.
During
We
the
were
Boer
first
War.
ones.
That's cool. Bring them back. I can think of plenty of people who should be in them.
I mean,
Tony
yeah.
Blair.
Wait, Tony Blair? Oh, yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
don't know much about his history.
Gordon Brown.
The Iraq War guy, why not?
Tony Blair and Gordon
share
Brown.
yourself.
You want to put them in a concentration camp?
Are those politicians by any
They
chance?
they are. Gordon. They were both prime minister actually, but Gordon Brown was
Oh.
Tony Blair's vice
Vice.
prime minister.
Yes, he also sold our bloody gold reserves away.
But the only thing really Gordon Brown ever did wrong is oh no, that wasn't him. That was Prescott. I was gonna say punch somebody.
And you know
no,
what?
two
He was
jokes,
right.
that was
Good on
Prescott.
him. I respect
Oh,
a
yeah,
politician
what?
who
The
punched
mill,
someone.
The mill, yeah. I mean, have you seen the clip of the Gaza Parliament? The guy took the stand, and then all of a sudden, this other guy just literally runs up to him and whacks him. I actually have a video of that somewhere.
Okay then.
I like the compromise we've come up with in the UK Parliament, where you've got that mace or whatever it is that represents the monarch, and you can try and take it if you want, but other people will try and stop you.
Wait,
And
the
you know-
what sword?
There's like a mace or something in Parliament that represents the
Oh,
monarch.
the
and Somebody
mace.
tried
Yes,
to steal
I've
it
seen that.
once. Oh man,
Yeah,
have we got that
yeah.
guy, like Big Rod or whatever he's called, who has to try and stop
Yeah.
it? I like that as a compromise. It's like, you don't have to actually go and punch someone, you can just go and steal the
imagine it?
representation
Here
of
you
the
go,
monarch. Fucking
Here you
awesome.
go, Your Majesty. Here is the mace.
What? Like, if
More
ever
people
you
should try and steal
if
it.
ever you actually succeeded in stealing it, does that mean that you overthrow the monarchy and become the new king?
I don't know, but we should try it.
More like a crown jewel. Hey, if there's only one thing I want to try, it's if Trump gets put in prison. We need to stage the massive prison break ever in American history or world history.
Trump is never gonna
Why?
be
And
put
then
in
we'll
prison.
then
we'll ship him to
Trump is
England and then
Trump is
you
never
can have
gonna
him
like.
next time and
There's
stuff.
no point in even doing that because Trump is never ever gonna be put in prison, is he?
No.
Like, if the amount of
most
shit
gonna
he's
be
already
spending
got-
a lot of time in court, and a lot of money is going to be sent out because of his fraudulent things. But prison, nah, way too good of a lawyers to actually. Nah, that will keep him out from it.
Yeah, and he-
I don't know. Have you seen Rudy Giuliani? He's not good.
Well, the thing is, though, Trump's never really done anything serious enough to make it so that he has to go to prison. You know, Jeffrey Epstein, for example, right? There was no qualms about it. They had to lock Epstein up.
Yes.
Like,
Who?
I mean, he has.
Jeffrey
Epstein.
Epstein. Do you not know this, Thunder?
No.
surely you
Okay.
know who Jeffrey Epstein is.
No.
Jeff Epstein?
Oh
Really?
god, you don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is?
The guy who,
well, I probably
you know,
know-
Okay, so premise of Jeffrey Epstein, he owned a private island where he would host parties.
Sex parties.
Sex parties specifically. These sexual parties obviously didn't exactly go to the usual consent forms. So,
Well, I mean,
Lots
there
of
are
sexual
no
harassment.
there are no usual consent forms for sex parties, but basically he flew in underage girls to have sex with his billionaire friends.
yes.
he ended up,
Um,
quote unquote, committing suicide in his jail cell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now
Everyone
we go,
believes that.
but we are not going to the debate of
Jeffrey
murder
Epstein
or
of whether or not he
suicide.
killed himself.
What debate? Come on. But I'll get your point.
Because
Unique. Are you saying that as a statement, or are you asking it as a question? Unique just said there are consent forms for sex parties, but there are two ways of saying that. Either there are consent forms for sex parties,
Or there weren't any.
or there are consent forms for sex parties.
Yeah.
And,
You
and
can
how
give
you
consent
say
forms for sex parties.
how you say that sentence is very, very important.
Okay, yeah, because here's the thing. I want you to put a punctuation at the end of that to make it a just sentence for, is it a question or
Or a
is it an
statement.
actual stated fact?
Exclamation mark for stated fact, question mark for surprisingly enough a question.
Yes. I'd like for the punctuation, please. Exclamation mark. Okay,
Exclamation mark.
fine. There
So
are
there
consent
are
forms.
consent forms for sex parties. I mean,
Okay.
not in any. Well, no. I guess you're right in the terms of parties in which are just. Yeah. Alright.
Like if it's between couples, you regularly go, kind of thing. consent
Yeah,
forms
for
are
like standard
needed.
sex parties, yeah, fine.
Yeah,
Get
well,
it?
For the
Ask, you
For the
should
ones Jeffrey Epstein had, no. All the girls were probably
Alright.
promised was loads of money, and you might have to
I'm-
fuck an old dude you don't like.
Right, look, controversial opinion here.
Yep.
Not all of the girls that went to Epstein's Island were there under duress or because they didn't necessarily want to be. However, that does not make it right, because the girls that were there, we are talking about the girls that are underage, were not able, they were not of age to be able to give consent. So therefore it's still completely wrong, but I'm not saying, like, it wasn't a case of which they were kidnapped and sex slaved into the island, you know?
Yep.
They were all young, impressionable girls that went along because they were groomed.
Yes.
Swinger parties, BDSM parties, and so on typically have forms.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, fair.
That
fair.
is good.
That is a fair point. I mean,
Never
sounds
been
like
to
that
one,
girl
so
that
thank you
would-
for giving us that actual statement.
Calatrus
haven't?
now,
Oh, we never
Calatrus now
stopped.
knows what he needs to do.
No, I'm never joining one of those.
Really
I'm in a
actually have
monogamous
a
relationship,
problem.
and that's my life. I will never join one of those. I'll probably.
Does anyone actually have a
I'll
copy
drive
of
someone to it if they're like
mean,
invited and can't drive themselves to it, but
You-
I'm not
I mean,
gonna join.
I mean, I'm just saying,
Unique
you
Orny
can go
says-
together. That's what a swingers party is.
Yeah.
Unique Orny says, I've had some interesting friends and times over the years.
Ah, good
Well,
on
I
you.
fully understand that. So have I. There's a reason why I got the nickname Freak.
Okay, now I know that. Didn't know that until now. Thank you.
Where do you think
I'm
that came
fine.
from?
I know,
that?
just something when you're like a kid or something. Ah, just kind of the red freak,
I
whatever.
thought you were just being an edgelord.
Yeah, just that sort of shit.
Hey,
Because-
Clantress just thought you were an ugly ass kid.
That's a fucking lie. Well, if we're going into names, I had the old name of Razor.
Wait. Do you not think that the types of things of names you were called as kids and such like is really, really good points for Thickets Up the Bluff? Do you not think they're really good ideas?
Some are, some don't. I've seen some
Nobody ever say
questionable
anything
use
about
of names.
yourself ever again.
No, but I just think like certain things like that that are specific knowledge are really, really good points for Thickets Up the Bluff. So you know, just
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. That's
keep some cards closer to your chest sometimes.
Okay, I'll try and like tell you some
I'm bad at cards, you
lies
know
and
this.
truths.
All right. I think on that note, maybe we should go. We should break into a Thickets Up the Bluff.
Let's do it.
So to warm us into it, I am going to start off. So for all you guys that don't know, if you've ever seen something on online
Valley.
called
Okay,
"Would I Lie
wait,
to
wait,
You?"
wait. We're not
Hey,
breaking
no,
off. We're not breaking
no.
off.
Yes, we are. We are
Shut up,
breaking off.
Valley.
That's fine. Valley.
No, Valley just joined.
Yes, which is fine. Valley can join us for Thickets Up the Bluff, and then we will be continuing afterwards anyway. It's a good little segue.
Can I be a part of your summit?
Summit?
What?
What summit? Wait,
I don't-
do you mean like what you've been listening to on the stream or something?
I don't know. You talking about me? Can you invite me to listen with you?
Yes, no. So,
We've been
do
playing
you
that,
have
haven't we?
Chatters to stream up at all, Valley?
Yeah. I would share the stream right now.
You see,
Okay. Do you
see,
do
Reb.
you know what the topic is then?
What?
Do you know what the topic for the podcast is then?
Yeah, I think he does.
Humanitarians or Warmongers, right?
Warmongers,
Yeah,
yeah,
Russia.
Humanitarians or warmongers.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
All right, we are
Okay.
we are going to break off. So Thickets Up the Bluff. If you've ever seen "Would I Lie to You?" that's the basic premise. I am gonna start it off with. Let's go with this one here. So I got thrown out of a club because I accidentally felt a girl's boobs at the bar.
Was this you or someone else?
Did I not start the statement off by saying I got thrown out of the club because I
know, but-
accidentally?
They all
Yeah,
start
believe
like
it.
that. Just checking.
Chatters, I'm just trying to give you some.
It looks more like
go.
your dream, Chatters.
Okay, I mean, no,
I mean,
I'm
you
not.
lying.
I-
You
I'm
touched
not-
a where?
Do I need to tell you
tou-
what it is or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it, right? You know.
Wait, Chatters, how old you was that time?
I was about 24.
Hmm.
Wait, no, that's wrong.
Come on, guys. Come on, questions.
Were you
gotta-
being a
gotta-
little bit
you gotta
more
figure it out.
fluffy than now?
Huh?
Fluffy. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
You saying was I more fluffy? What do you mean by fluffy? What?
Try to.
A little bit
imagine.
chubbier.
No, I was much skinnier than I am now. I've put on loads of weight over the years.
Skinny. Skinny penis. Sorry.
Exactly how drunk were you?
Not too many. I'd probably had like 4 or 5 pints in like
Hmm.
2 hours.
In
or
liters,
so,
please.
2.5 hours.
Jeez, I can't handle that.
I mean, that's
nowadays.
like a couple of pints in a couple of hours.
Okay, couple.
Or a
is
couple
two.
a couple of liters in a couple of hours. It was like 4 or 5 pints, so a couple of liters in a couple of hours.
Okay.
Dude, were you just drinking it from the tap?
When you're in a club, and you got your drink in your hand, you drink fast, right?
Right,
Like,
okay, so,
I mean, you cannot
Valley.
challenge you
Yep.
cannot challenge me in terms of how fast it takes to drink. I know how long it takes to drink like a pint or so, you know?
Well, I did drink that 3 glasses of wine that quick, and then made it.
I sent you a message.
I'll
to
check,
Valley
I'll check.
on
Did
what
you
Mhm.
need
pint
it
is.
before I fell over?
Oh, these fucking beers are...
Okay, thank you.
I'm not an alcoholic. Oh, clatter, clank. Oh, these fucking beers.
hold on. These bottles.
Oh, jeez.
So, exactly.
That's wine bottles, by the way.
Oh my god.
Yeah, wine. Beer usually has
This
like
is the
5%
reason why
alcohol rating.
Some supermarkets
I
don't
have-
yeah.
bottle packs.
What chat is this doing?
I have... Well, I'm trying to sort out this bottle. But I have, like, these are
This
my
is
last
why
cans,
we
which are
don't
now
have
empty.
bottle banks sometimes now at supermarkets. They just send it all to chatters.
Ooh. Hey, chatters.
Well, no, I don't take empty bottles in, for fuck's sake. I empty them.
Do you still remember the name of that bar and the location?
I do not remember the name of the bar, but it was like they did cheesy 80s music, and it was in the middle of Southampton, and like everyone used to go there of all sorts of age. Like you would see everybody in there from the age of 18 to about
Oh, wait, I'm
80.
thinking of a-
was
But it's
quite an
weird you
interesting
don't
bar.
remember the name of the bar.
Well, not really.
Yeah. Very
Right, what's
suspicious. Well, he could have
between
been
a
that
bar and
drunk.
a
That's
pub?
kind of sus.
No, like, I've been in the bar loads of times, but yeah, I don't remember what the club was, what the name of it was, and it's changed names over the years so many times. I mean, do you remember the name of every club you've been in? What?
Yes,
Club,
I do.
Never been.
Oh.
to.
Of every club you've been in, you remember the name?
Yes, yes. Because I'm not a
Yes,
clubber.
he says, furiously googling.
Wait, Valley, we weren't in a club when I was in Estonia, were we?
No.
No, good.
Yeah, it was a private club of David's brother.
Oh, yeah,
It's not
sorry.
in the club. It's like
Hold on,
private
sorry,
area.
my
Oh,
mistake.
yeah,
It was
we were just in the living room.
My
of
mistake,
at
it
their
was the
house or
strip
whatever.
my mistake. It was the strip club when I was in Kos. You know, like.
I think the most we did was that we went to a pool thing to have like sauna stuff. It was very weird for me when I went there.
Yeah, just sauna complex.
Yeah.
But it's not a club.
Nope.
Any more questions?
So okay, so I'm just trying to remember everything. So was it?
Didn't need to ask
was it?
questions.
Was it a club? It must have been a club. Yes.
It was a club, yes.
Yep. Had 4 or 5 pints, so that's 2.5 liters of beer. The common alcoholic is a British man. What else? I can't think of anything else. Actually, the only thing I can think of, like, do you know, was it very crowded or like not crowded at all?
I mean, it was always crowded in that club. Always, like there was
Okay.
always loads and loads of people in there.
Was there naked ladies in there or no?
No, it was
Okay.
it was just a club. It's not. It's just
I-
a nightclub.
I-
Right,
no.
apparently, whilst I was AFK,
How much
I've
security
got
was there?
captured
Was it just a doorman?
No, I
Oh,
think
face control.
I think like most places in Southampton, there was like 2 doormen and probably 2 or 3 milling around inside.
Okay. I'm gonna go by true already now because I'm gonna get myself a drink.
I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
lie. Chad
I mean, I'm
ended up
thinking-
dead with her later.
Oh, it's definitely something you do. Just saying.
To be
probably ended
hold
up
on,
in
hold
bed
on,
with
hold
the
on. I
girl,
did say
so-
I accidentally felt her boob. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Had you actually
well,
done
yeah.
like, go?
What? She leaning against
Some-
the wall. He went to turn the light off. Oh. knob.
No, I was with friends and we were messing about and I got bumped. And as I fell forwards, I put my hand out and it yeah.
I think it's a lie. I'm sorry.
Oh, but who among us, my man? I mean,
Of course, it's me.
just saying.
All right, so have your guesses then. Calantra says true. Calantra said lie. You said true, right, Thunder?
I'm saying lie.
I say it's a
True, I'm
lie.
pretty sure.
Well,
So Calantra said true then.
I don't
Okay.
think you
I'm
got
saying
yourself
true.
thrown out, so I think it is a lie.
Okay, Fruitbat.
Oh, I'm saying true for sure.
Okay, it was in fact. Reb, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'll say it's true.
All right, it was in fact a lie.
Yay!
What? No, I don't believe it.
It was in
Let me
fact
guess,
a lie.
you ended up in bed with a girl.
I have never been thrown out of a nightclub for accidentally feeling up somebody's boobs. All right,
You did it
so
with gusto, and you
Unfortunately.
own it.
let me. While I've got
You did it for purpose.
while I've got Fruitbat's message up, let's give Fruitbat the next sentence.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Pressure.
Right. So you have to read this out like straight away. All right.
Very well. Every Christmas, me and my family play a weird game called Stick It On Me. Every Christmas, me and my family play a weird game called Stick It On Me.
Is this sticker on your head?
No, so you know when you go like walking out through the countryside and you get the little burrs that stick to you?
The what, sorry?
You know, you like when you go out in the countryside, you get with like burrs stuck to you. Actually, we did find a game like when I was a
Oh, the game
kid.
crashed. Great.
Oh,
Yeah.
we used to do stuff like this at work.
Hello. Yeah, and it's like when I was young, we had like a game where you had to like stick a helmet on and with like sticky pads on, and you just throw balls at it,
Yeah. I know that game. Yeah.
which was cool. So we kind of decided to extend it and just got a load more of the sticky pads and extra balls, and then you basically made like a vest and stuff. It wasn't very good, but then you just like put them all over yourself, and then you play it across the whole house and the garden.
Oh shit.
You just have to throw balls at each other. Fun.
Whose
Simple
balls?
fun.
Yours?
Hmm?
Your balls?
Yes, I rip them off my body. No, like the sticky, but like felt balls. But like fuzzy felt balls. And then it's basically just Velcro. Like really, like a really shitty tactical vest made of Velcro. My parents have a reasonably big house
I
and
would
like front and
say
back
you were
garden.
completely drunk, which
Wait,
Look, we
for
gotta
bed.
do something as a family, and we're bored of card games.
Wait, how big is your family?
Not that big. It's only like my mum, my dad, me, my sister, and my brother-in-law.
Unique. I think you get the concept, right?
You know, there's like just enough people to
have
play to fill a house, plus gardens, and you know, a little bit of the street.
And who was the ideologist or the game maker for your family?
The ideologue who brought this to life. That would be my dad, or I think my mum suggested it originally, and then but my dad, you know, obviously like the handy one, so he's the one who did it. Shit, he's got a garage full of stuff. He was like, I can make this. I've got a load of Velcro. I don't know why he had fucking Velcro. He had like a box with some Velcro in, and nothing to use it on. Fuck knows what that was for.
I'm like, seriously, you grown people would do this.
Yeah. Thunder, I very openly do LARPing. That is literally like fancy dress in the forest.
Very modern family.
Come on now. Are we? Hang on, what is more British than playing a really weird shit game at Christmas?
Drinking tea.
I mean, yeah, we do that as well.
At 5
Come on.
p.m.
Shit party games at Christmas is like a British institution.
How old is your dad?
I mean, at this point he's 70, so we don't do it very fast.
You probably started when he was 40.
Since I was a teenager. They're both in reasonably good shape. Like, they play golf and stuff. They do a lot of outdoor stuff.
Golf with your friends. Golf with your family.
They're not like creaking and old and clapped out.
Oh, that was the best thing ever.
My dad's doing fine, thank you.
Doing fine. Well, what else we need to ask?
So Unique says, how long have you been doing this Christmas game? That's a good question.
Oh my god, right, hang on. I'm just trying to look how old I am and how old would have been, so hang on.
We know how old is your dad.
fucking hell, 23 years. Oh
Let's
no.
go. Where did Calantris go?
Where's Calantris?
Bring back memories of war, throwing the balls.
He been scared how long you counting your age.
I mean, look, there comes a point where you start genuinely forgetting.
So come on, how long have you been doing it for?
I said 23 years.
23 years, okay.
Yeah.
Reb
This
said
is all what you remember.
Reb lost power, so he'll be back in a minute.
I mean, I know how old I am, and I remember roughly when it was we started doing it, so
Oh, I
I'm pretty
understand,
sure
I
it was
understand. Wait,
Yeah.
are you still playing this game?
I mean, yeah, we don't do it very much. I mean, I'd say we do it every year, like, occasionally. It's really
Welcome back.
every
back,
couple of years. It's
So
like when you have, like, a yearly
Calantris, the
tradition
only
to
thing
watch
you
a
really
film.
missed is he said that they've been doing the game for about 23 years.
Yeah, but it's not really been, like, every single year, technically. It's like when you have, like, a specific Christmas film you watch, and you might skip it 1 year or two.
Wait. Specific question. Are you doing it before or after Christmas?
Oh, we're doing it before Christmas.
Okay.
Like, usually, like, Christmas Eve, maybe the 23rd. Because we're not all there for ages.
I think...
I
this
think
is
it's
true.
an absolute bullshit lie. Straight.
You make me sad. The fact that you can't appreciate a bit of whimsy is, frankly,
The
sickening.
fact that you are a very bad liar.
Is.
Maybe I am. Or maybe I'm not.
Alright, so I guess
He's there doing well.
I guess it is time to make decisions, and unfortunately Reb's not here. So, Calantris, what are you saying? Unique is saying lie, by the way, in chat. Calantris, what are you
I
saying?
can't believe you people.
I'm going by lie as well.
Thunder?
Lie.
Valley?
I will say yes. He's not lying. It's the truth.
Alright, Fruitbat?
It is a big fat lie.
Yeah.
By the way,
Bruh.
well done on your storytelling. I knew, and I was getting convinced.
You disappointed me.
He said that you're a bad liar. I don't think you were a bad liar during that at all.
If it's lie, what are you doing at the Christmas Eve then?
Oh, the rest of my family play card games, and I just watch TV and play with the cat.
Alright, so I am
Separated from your family.
next person to read out is going to be Calantris. So Calantris, I'm going to send to you the sentence. Just read out the sentence as I send it to you.
Okay. I crashed a wooden soapbox car my grandpa made for me.
Alright, first question. Is this a lie?
you can't ask that.
This isn't yes or no.
Well, I just did, so, here we are.
Wait, your grandpa gave you a car?
No, it was a soapbox car. It's a go-kart. A homemade go-kart without a proper engine. One that you either
What do you mean without a proper engine? Without a fucking engine at all?
There's
no
no
engine.
engine on it at all.
Alright,
The
soapbox.
soapboxes are no engines.
It's not a real car, Val. It's just like a homemade go-kart just without an engine. You use your feet.
It's useful for going downhill, but not much else.
Yeah.
Pulling it up is a bit.
There's a program of these on. I hate watching it.
Yeah, Red Bull has apparently.
Oh, Red Bull, that's great.
Yearly.
Yeah, I mean, Red
My
Bull's
nan and
soapbox, yeah.
granddad, my mum used to have one of
Oh,
these.
good question. So Unique asks, how bad did you wreck it?
Severely. I had a bit of burns and bruises on me when I crashed this.
Burns? Oh, you mean like skin burns? I'm guessing like
Yeah,
friction.
skin burns.
Not like burns from the non-existent engine.
New. Bit tricky that.
So did like was it usable afterwards, or what happened to the soapbox afterwards?
Afterwards, Grandpa took it apart and used the wheels for other stuff at the cabin.
What, you mean he didn't make you another one?
No, I guess they just deemed it as like, yeah, don't. We're not gonna do this anymore.
They didn't trust you anymore.
No, because like I liked using it. It was fun, like going downhill with it. It just crashed, and then it's like, nah.
You didn't like it when it was going back uphill.
Obviously, I had to pull the entire thing uphill, so it was a bit of a hassle being. Oh, how old was I? 10, 11, something. I was about like 10 or 11 when I had this thing. It didn't last very long. It was like around for like a year, and Grandpa was just like, yeah, so like I'm building you this like soapbox. I like heard like 2 years before it actually got finished, because it was just finding parts and whatnot to make it.
So when did he give you the soapbox?
As I said, around I was like 10, 11.
Yeah, but for what? For like, did he give it to you for a reason, or did he just give it to you because he'd been building it?
He just liked to build things out of wood. It's the main thing. Like, he has built a series of like small little like oh fuck, what's the fucking name of it? Small like stools, like wooden stools that like squares that we have used up at the cabin to make it easier for us kids, and also when we were younger we also had our own like little stool to sit on without like a backrest. So
okay, so it wasn't like your birthday present or anything.
No, he just wanted to build something. I think it was the start of his when he started to become like pensionist, so we felt like needing to have something to do, and he had a shop, and he has a shop up at the cabin doing like woodwork and such, so he just decided, fuck it, I'll just make a bunch of like stools.
Any more questions?
I have a question. The Norway's country is very hard to understand. So, was it actually legal to give it to you?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But technically, you made a crime.
Why?
In what way? It's because the thing is,
it's not like a big vehicle. It's just a little go-kart, like a little child's car thing.
Go-kart, not
Yeah, but still, what you did after that? Have you reported that you crashed something?
You monster!
Okay, so here's the thing. It's a homemade thing that does not have an engine. You could almost classify it as a pedal-less bike in a way, or a very large child toy.
Did you report the injuries you did to the neighbor's cat?
No, I did not have. The neighbors don't have cats.
Be honest here.
No,
did you
actually,
kill the cat?
No, didn't kill any cats.
Did you literally make it like completely flat in the middle like a cartoon?
No. Again, cats.
What type of terrain were you riding it on? Is question from
That knocking is doing my head in.
Gravel.
Yeah, what is this
gravel dirt road.
Oh, that's not great surface for soapbox.
No.
But it was downhill, he did say.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still not good surface for soapbox.
No, no suspension.
You want a nice smooth road to do soapbox.
Yes, this was mainly meant for the cabin to just be out there for like fun little use cases.
Right, any more questions?
For some reason, I cannot finish the puzzle. I don't know why.
What did you make the soapbox out of?
Wood, metal bar, and rope.
I guess it checks out.
See, he's given away another question that you could have asked about the steering, so obviously the steering was by rope then, right?
Yes,
He couldn't understand what steering is, he was 10.
No, the steering
He
was
still had
rope.
to steer it!
The steering was rope-based.
Alright, time for guesses then. Fruitbat?
I'm not on much luck with truth, so let's go
I
with
think it's
lie.
actually true for a change. I think this is true.
Alright, so Fruitbat says lie, Thunder says true. Valley, what do you say?
He's fucking crazy bastard, so true.
You think it's true? Alright, Unique thinks it's a lie. Reb, I'm guessing you didn't really hear much of that, did you? So
Yeah, I didn't really hear much of it.
okay. Alright, Calantris, reveal.
It's true.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
fucking
can't
crazy
believe
bastard.
it.
Yeah, so the crash happened because the rope on the left side was so thin it broke during the downhill, so it went straight left and decided to roll me about 5 or 6 times, hence why I got the bruises I did.
Right,
I didn't even know I was bleeding either on my right elbow because all I felt was that the tip of my elbow hurt, but not the inside. So I do actually have a burn mark from that incident still to this day.
Alright, while we've got Reb here, I'm giving Reb the next one. So, Reb, I'm sending it to you now. You ready?
Oh, no.
I'll actually post a picture of the little scar. It's not that big, but...
Go on, Reb, read it out.
I once took part in a hot dog eating contest and won.
Well, alright, first obvious question. How many hot dogs did you eat, my dude?
I think it was 125.
125 hot dogs?
Yes.
What?
How
Was
long
it
did you
with
have to eat them?
buns or out?
It was just the hot dogs.
And how
How
long did
many
you have to
people
eat
were
them?
there?
So
Huh?
just sausages then.
Oh my gosh, everyone's throwing, like, can we have one question at a time? Come on.
The next obvious question is, how long did you have to eat them?
It was within an hour.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
How many
unusual.
people were there?
Are you really that big?
This is
No,
highly
not.
unorthodox.
But
So,
if you actually look at most of the like champion hot dog eaters, they are
Huh?
very skinny.
And very
Yeah,
hungry.
I can believe it.
So
they
Unique,
don't have room for 125 hot dogs.
Unique is asking the same question that Thunder was asking, basically. So how many people were in the challenge? How many competitors did you have?
25.
Ooh, it was a big competition then.
In every way.
Reb, do you remember the size of the hot dog? How big
Yes,
is it?
I was gonna say that now.
They're the normal American hot dogs, so
Right. We're not American.
Not
they're like
Yeah, okay, that's a
Thunder,
big
you
deal.
must have seen American hot dogs, though.
I
Like,
think they're
they're
a
like
foot
3
long, aren't
ounces
they?
a piece.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
they-
just thinking like width-wise. Is it like 1.5 centimeters or it's like 3 to 4 centimeters thick? Well,
I
in diameter.
don't understand your European metric system.
Okay, hold on. Let me find
Standard,
Google.
they're-
What
real
if you
quick.
can make the
standard
reindeer-
American hot dogs. They're the ones with like the
1.18
thickish skin,
inches.
just like. Reb, Unique asked, did you puke afterwards?
No.
We still
None of
hungry.
this is
aren't
adding up.
Had a massive shit though.
we? What big shit or just individual bits?
Ugh.
Oh.
Fantastic, thank you.
Do you guys know how IKEA hot dogs look like?
Yes.
They're
Yes.
Do
small,
not
they're
eat
Is it
tiny.
close to American or not?
Yes,
No.
those are exactly American
Yeah.
size.
Okay.
125.
That's
Oh, this has
small
lines
then.
written
What
all
the
over
fuck?
it.
Huh?
That's
Yeah,
small then.
they're not necessarily big. American style hot
Yeah.
dogs are
125. I don't care if you had an hour. Oh, none of this adds up.
I'm getting hungry just talking about thinking about this. Goddamn.
Right. Has anybody got any more questions?
Did you have any sauces on
Yes, why did your mum raise such a big liar?
it? Did you have any sauces on it? On them?
You know why I don't
Ketchup, mustard, barbecue.
I cannot understand. It's too many 120. It's too many.
So, Reb, Thunder said, did you have any sauces?
No.
So plain hot dog.
That's not a true hot dog. then.
Generally, they don't
It
give
does-
out sauces with. What the fuck is going on my screen here?
No idea.
But I would assume that sauces are basically like, why would you need that? Because it takes too long to like put them in, especially if you have an hour to do so.
Well, maybe they.
So that's
maybe
what
they
I'm saying.
I mean, if you've ever seen a hot dog eating contest or any sort of eating challenge on TV,
You
like,
just see
they
them inhale it like a fucking vacuum.
Yeah, they might have dip by the side, but
That's
I've
not
seen
being
someone
used.
golf down 47 pies before.
Whoa.
Unique. I'm not reading that out.
I'm
Alright,
just
so-
reading. Yeah, sorry.
Go on. No, go on. If you got
I'm
something
just
else to say.
reading some information. There is an American record. The one guy.
Oh,
in
don't no! You
2020
can't. No, you can't
Shut-
use.
no,
you can't
don't,
use Google. No, you
no.
can't use Google.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
You
sorry.
can't
But it's
use
a different thing.
No.
It's not. It's not that thing. It's different one. I cannot find any win.
And no, the record is actually 200 an hour.
What? What did you put it all in a blender, make it into a paste, and then eat it?
No, that's
This
not
all
legal. You
sounds
have
like
to eat hot
lies.
dogs, probably.
Wait, Ben. Oh, rap. It was like state challenge, or it was like small city challenge. What is it?
It was a fair contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have in the corner weighing in at. How heavy are you?
I don't believe this.
No, I don't.
All right. So Fruitbat's saying lie. Thunder's saying lie. Calandris, what you saying?
True.
All right. Valley, what you saying?
He's lying because he's skinny.
Hubris will bring you down, Calantris.
All right. Rep reveal then, please.
No, it's definitely a lie.
There's no way you can 125. You need to train for that.
Again,
I'm
again
sorry.
though, to be fair, you made it believable. I thought that was quite good.
Right,
Yeah.
I might not do anything.
The numbers didn't add up.
But I did used to watch Man vs. Food, and the way you would eat that much, you'd eat, drink a bit, water it down so it's easy to digest.
Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't ask Reb anything about that. You
I
didn't
didn't
ask
need
him
to.
whether he had a drink
I
or
didn't need
anything. Well, of course you did. If that's one of your primary reasons for disbelieving him and you didn't ask him the question, how can you say you didn't need to ask?
Because even Man vs. Food would struggle to eat that much.
I
No,
remember
but
my
you
own
asked.
story.
That's the point. You asked the question to see whether he's telling the truth or not, because if he's telling a lie, you'll catch him out by asking that question. Like, come on, get the premise. Alright, Fruitbat, your turn, I reckon.
Ooh.
And
Wait, Fruitbat's already done it.
I can go again.
Bad.
oh,
Probably
oh,
not a lot of them.
Thunder's
Terrible liar,
turn.
as
No,
you know.
Thunder's turn. Sorry, yeah, Thunder's turn.
Aww.
Yeah, you're right. Fruitbat's already done it.
Oh, there we go.
Thunder's turn,
Oh.
and so Thunder, you're staying. Sorry, I just got you two mixed up there, and who's done it? Yeah. Right. So Thunder, here is your sentence.
Oh god, I wish I hadn't had that truth drug.
Is it something about tanks?
Okay, my school nearly got blown up during a bonfire party.
Why?
You can't. You need to ask questions. Come on.
Yes, we can. Liar. Move on. Right. Which school? Like primary or secondary?
It was a middle school.
Hmm.
This is
Middle
going
school?
way back.
What is this middle school of which you speak? We are not American.
It was Priory.
Very well.
I don't want to say anything else. What the name of the school was, for reasons.
Why?
I mean, we're streaming, so you know,
Just
that's
less-
understandable.
Right. The school has changed names now because of all the educational and all that stuff reforms.
Septic.
Hey,
So,
Sig.
it's
I was
not
gonna
known
say-
as a middle school anymore. And because of all the year shifts, they don't have like year 7. Year 6 is the highest and all that stuff. So it's no longer a middle school.
Okay, Thunder, I need details how exactly that happened, if it happened.
What do you mean? How did we nearly end up blowing it up?
Yeah, who did it? You, your friend, someone you knew? Group of guys.
It was a group of people at the bonfire.
Mm-hmm.
We were launched. We had fireworks, and the firework kind of, as it was about to go up, you put them in a tube and they launched, don't they? The tube wasn't in the bucket, or in the bucket of sand rather, that you put them in. It kind of fell over and pointed towards the skull. The rocket left the tube, went and hit the skull.
Like what part of school? Windows?
Yes, it was a low
Roof?
It was on the east side of the skull.
And how is it even possible to blow up the school being outside and aiming to the school?
Well, it's a firework. It could have gone. It would have gone through the window.
You broke it.
Exploded into the Z room it had gone into. Maybe caused and started a fire.
Chatters, I'm gonna send you one. Would that be appropriate for stream? The last one.
Do you need any more? And you know how fireworks go bang?
Yes.
Well, that's how it would have happened.
It's just the explosion of fireworks, not the explosion of the school. So technically, you could make a situation like a fire situation inside the room, but it's not possible to explode it.
Hey, bearing in mind that
we'll go bang and they do explode.
I'm obviously gonna dramatize some of these as well, even like the lies and stuff. Like they're gonna be, they're gonna sound a little bit more excessive than what they necessarily are, because that's what makes it funnier, right? You know.
Yep.
Next question then, please.
It's like I almost killed the guy using some water pistol.
Wait, so who put it? Who put it out?
Well, if you shove it down their throat, yeah. Anyway, carry on with my one.
So who actually ended up putting it out?
Didn't you remember what I said? Hang on.
I'll be honest. I went for when I saw what direction it was going in. I went for a real cheeky whiz.
I knew.
In other words, when you knew Thunder was going to waffle on, you disappeared for a bit, right?
Thunder, you said group of people, including you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I may have filled in some blanks. When you said the bucket fell over, I was like, got it. It pointed towards the school, went through a window, set the school on fire. Bish, bash, bosh.
You
Got
wish
it.
to know how long ago it was. It was over 27 years ago. A long time.
Have you been founded after the accident?
Sorry?
Have you been founded after the accident? And
Have it been found out?
No, I mean, the teachers found it out who did it, like, and they catched you after that.
No, I said it nearly blew up.
But still.
Yeah, I mean, it still caused a fire, right? So surely, like.
No, okay.
We didn't. Even though my mum went to the school as a teacher, we didn't get found out.
Until tonight.
And coming into the chat now, we have Thunder's mum.
My mum was at this party with us. She was there with us.
Criminal assistant.
Can't believe it.
Alright, it's time for guesses then. What are we saying?
So what's your dream?
I guess, why not? Let's believe.
Fruit Bat is saying true. Stig, what you saying?
Gav!
Stiggy.
Gav, are you here?
Oh, hold on.
Are you listening at all, or are you smoking out your mind? Are you smoking out your mind?
Oh, fuck, I'm smoking something.
Okay, I think you might need to put that down then.
Right, Unique says he wasn't listening, but he says lie.
Who said what, when did, when, what?
Exactly.
Stig, just say lie. Was it truth or lie?
For what?
Oh my god.
We're doing
Just
a
say
truth or lie.
Just say truth or lie!
I'm too stoned for this shit.
Just say truth or lie.
But he said
Then stop
shit.
smoking, dude.
Lie, whatever.
Right, Calantris, what are you saying?
Truth.
Reb
Lie.
and Valley?
Don't trust Thunder, so lie.
Alright, reveal them, Thunder, please.
My name's Thunder. I was 10 years old, and we nearly blew up our school.
True.
Hey.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That was hilarious. Right. The weird thing was, it flew over, it blew up in front of the glass, broke 4 pieces of glass, and then well, Monday, after the party, we found the firework on the floor with all the glass there, and someone just sweeping it up. We didn't dare. But the best thing was, this school was going under renovations. It was basically, everything was getting modernised in it, so it didn't really matter if the windows got broken. They would have to come out anyway. But we did nearly end up blowing it up.
Right, Stig, did you want to do one?
And the yeah,
Nah.
yeah. I'd given them the rocket because we all selected which ones we wanted to launch next.
I
We
think
didn't want
you
to wait
should
come
do
on.
one.
too quickly. I might as well tell the
Do
whole
what?
story.
Though? What are you doing?
We're doing truth or lie. Have you like seen the
And-
show?
right,
Would I
yeah.
lie to you?
Yeah.
I'm
so
glad I chopped my finger off.
No, Stig, I've got
no,
one
that
to
we know.
I've got one. I've got one to send. I've got one to send you off of the stuff you've sent
I
me
have my
previously.
dick
So, Stig, I've
Stig.
got one to
Oh.
send you to read out from what you've sent me previously.
What have I sent you?
You sent him apparently a lot of stuff, so just read what
Well,
he's
that's the
currently
Right,
sending.
Stig, just. Oh, that doesn't work. Wait. Just read this out, and then you've obviously
I
got
can't
to
read, you know that.
just.
Yes, you can. Come on.
Right, come on, where's this message?
There you go.
Shit.
So just read it out exactly as written.
Right. Once I met my doppelganger walking the streets of Amsterdam.
What? Can you repeat, please?
Oh, bloody hell. Right. Once I met my doppelganger, well, the fuck that word is, walking the streets of Amsterdam. Near the glory hole.
No, okay, Stig, so now we're asking questions. Right.
Go on, then.
So, did he actually look very much like you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good looking, like me, you know.
What did you do to him?
Huh?
What did you do to him?
What did I do to him?
Yeah.
I
Couldn't
walked
let
it.
this man live.
I was like, whoa. I was stoned at the time, like, I was like, whoa. And like, yeah, cool, you're cool. And yeah, crack on, go for a bonk.
Impressive.
Yeah,
Where in Amsterdam, you said?
near the glory hole. Can't remember. I don't know. I can't pronounce the place. It's foreign.
Oh, hold on, let's open up Google Maps. Was it the Glory Hole, Amsterdam?
Yes, search on Google glory hole. What do you find?
There's
A load of
glory
pictures,
hole
aren't
in
you?
Accrington.
I hope.
The
I
glory hole in
hope.
Accrington.
I hope you're using private browser.
Hell
I've just
no,
come-
baby.
Sorry, I've just come from the bathroom. So what was the thing?
We're talking about the glory hole.
So Stig's statement is that he once met his doppelganger walking the streets of Amsterdam.
Oh, motherfucker.
So this shot, the Glory Hole, its tagline is bordering on the unusual.
Yep.
I searched it
And
up
I
and
am
I got
unusual, that's what I
a
do.
Dutch.
You're not allowed to use Google. We've already said
No,
this.
but the article is that a girl sucked up her dad. So
Oh,
You're
no,
using
no,
Google.
no, no.
You're not allowed to use Google for this game.
But to be fair, we're not getting anything useful out of it.
I mean, still, you're not allowed to use Google for this game. Come on.
Yeah, well, I'm looking around Accrington now, so you can't stop me.
looking around at Google Maps. Right. Any more questions? For
Stick, you forgot the main rule. What happens in Amsterdam stays in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
That's only
Doppelganger
Vegas,
is
not
cool, though,
Amsterdam.
isn't it? Gosh, share the
So,
love.
so what did you do when you met your doppelganger?
I was like, what the fuck? And like, who's your dad? Who's your mum?
What the fuck? Nice.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, you like shock shit. It's
Did
like,
you
what?
hang out or?
We had a couple of joints in the local cafe.
Okay. Fair enough. I
Then
guess.
Good question.
That was it. Parted our way.
What Thunder?
again?
Sorry.
Did they cut their finger off as well?
I'll email him now. See. Hold on, I'll
Did-
email him.
Did you have a discussion about shagging
Wait,
sheep?
you've got their email? Do you keep
Well-
in contact with them?
Well, I've got his email.
What's the name of this person?
Huh?
What's the
No,
name of
no personal information.
No, I'm
That's
not getting no personal details out.
Do you talk often to them?
What nationality was he? Was he like?
Was
Was
he
he
Dutch?
English or Dutch
No,
or
English.
what?
English. He's
Is he
from.
quite sheepish?
He's from near, like Dundee-ish area.
Is that far away from you?
Yeah, it's about 4-hour drive.
I mean, Dundee's Scotland.
Okay,
so
Stig lives in
basically
Wales, so it's a different country entirely, and you can't.
You
They're
have
not
to go through
connected
two
either.
Okay, I'm
Borders.
sorry. I'm
And
like
it's not ginger.
I'm still trying to get around the fucking English geography.
Somebody say, is he ginger?
It's not that big.
Did he have green hair like you?
Huh?
Did he have green hair like you?
Well, I didn't have green hair back in that
Thunder,
time.
you know it's dyed, right?
Well, yeah. What
Yeah.
colour was your hair?
Really?
My hair's always been dark, isn't it?
I don't know.
Not
Yeah.
ginger?
I'm not ginger. Whoa.
Pig, has your hair gone grey? Is that what you're coloring in?
Nope.
Okay.
What colour was his hair?
My hair's like dark blackish brown.
What colour was his, not yours?
Oh, like his was like, what's to say? Lightish, bit lighter than mine. Not light, but mediumish. You know, I don't know. That's what you're doing it.
It's light brown then.
He had a bigger dong, if you want to ask.
Okay.
Don't ask man
Did you
about
put 'em
colors.
Did you put them together? Really measure 'em?
Yeah, we touched tips in the glory hole.
Calantris,
him
don't
after
huff
that.
like that. This is the type of thing that's fine. It's absolutely perfect to have a joke and stuff with it.
I
Like,
know, but still, like,
Did you try? What else did you do? Did you try docking? Never mind.
Just
Next
touching
question.
tips. A bit of shotgun, like.
okay.
I'm choking.
okay. Any more questions?
Is it?
I can't
is it-
remember half the shit. So
I want to say lie already.
All right. So Calantris is saying lie. Fruitbat, what are you saying?
Oh, God, I'm gonna say true. Why? Let's believe.
Reb, what you saying?
It's a lie.
Thunder, what you saying?
That's definitely a lie.
Valley?
I gotta say true because I've been in an even more crazy
right.
situation.
They break the mold.
Alright, Stig, reveal.
I'm full of shit, man.
I believed in you.
I
It
can't
is-
lie for
Aw.
shit.
It was a lie. Stig, you did a very good
Stig.
job. You did do
I
a good
can't
job.
lie for shit. I'm trying to think of something.
No, you
yeah.
did.
Like,
you-
I genuinely believed you.
I
there
was
for,
gonna
like, a
say,
second,
Stig,
you
and
did-
then I was like,
you did a good
something
job.
diverted.
Is this
I
one of
believe.
Stig's one or someone else's?
Right, Valley, your one's coming up.
Alright.
So what? But what's Bird Valley Star?
Go on, read it out then, Valley. Come on.
I once broke into my workplace after hours because I left my phone and needed to get home.
Okay. When you say broken,
Wait a
Once.
minute. Hang
yeah,
on. a
yeah, but
minute.
did you like smash a window? Did you just open a door when you shouldn't have been there? Come on.
What phone was it?
One
It
question at a
was,
time.
do you remember like Nokia 3210 if I'm right?
Can I just point out
Okay,
one
quite a while ago.
interesting thing?
So wait, Fruitbat asked, how did you break in? Like,
Yeah.
I would say no, it's not a no, I'm just trying to find words for that.
No,
Wait,
no one
did
from
you
your
say you
workplace is
broke
listening.
in?
So technically I just came into my working place. It's a room for 3 people sitting together, and actually was super surprised to see me.
So you didn't break in. You just walked in.
Technically, yes.
So that's not really breaking
This
in.
is,
You just went there and. Just...
Sounded a lot less cool all of a sudden.
How old were you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is a lie.
You know,
Can't break in if someone's actually there.
Stig asked if how old you were.
me right now, 37.
And when it
37,
happened,
well,
when you broke
when
into
did
your
you-
workplace to get your phone back.
2005.
Did Russia have phones like that back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2005 checks out for the
Nokia
phone model.
5310, yeah.
Ah, it does check out for the year.
Actually, I'm working since 14, so everything's possible.
14?
Yeah, I officially can
Yeah.
work here from the age 14.
I've been
Child
working
labour.
since I was 14.
What
so.
did you do for the company?
It was like a reseller.
Oh, I was gonna a
It wasn't like a main job. I was a student at that time.
Not like your current one.
No.
Yeah,
What's
you
the
need to
pay
up.
like?
Oh, by the way, you need to up production. By the way,
What do you mean?
at your current job.
Right now?
Yeah,
I'm
I know what you do. Don't forget.
Uh,
and the more you,
I'm
the more up production you do, the more good you do for the other side.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Getting off.
Technically, yes.
Getting off.
I'm a
the
civil,
topic.
In a minute.
Getting
civil
off-
aviation engineer,
getting
but
off-
work as an engineer on a military company.
Getting off the topic.
Yeah, sorry. Stay on
Sorry.
topic.
What did the company do exactly?
Which company?
Your
That time?
company.
The one you broke into to get your phone.
Was the reseller of phones and some I would say some devices, computers, spare parts.
So
What time-
reseller of phones. Did you accidentally pick up the wrong phone? Or...
no. But actually, it was possible because we had some situation when some phones been stolen. Not my fault.
He had experience of breaking in.
Yep.
What was that?
Sometimes it was very smart, and they replaced phones using very good copies.
A bar of soap.
In the shape of a phone, you know that could happen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Prison Break.
Chinese knockoffs.
Oh, a bar of soap.
Yeah, because but I usually work with cameras.
Man,
They were
look,
very popular at that time.
Lush makes some amazing soaps nowadays. They even look like phones.
How old were you?
Let me calculate. 2005. I think it was 19.
Alright, you're 37 now.
Yeah. I said 2005, 2004. So I was 19.
That would have been, hang on, 2006.
Wait, how old? Sorry, how old did you say you are now?
No, wait, no,
37.
You're right. So
Wait, you
I'm
just said
37 as well, and I was
know.
assured
Yes.
it was not 90. Oh wait,
Yeah.
2005. Yeah, it was.
No,
Fair
you
enough.
weren't.
Yeah, it might have been actually.
You weren't.
Yeah, 'cause that's when I went to uni. Oh my god. Oh fuck the passage of
But
time.
I wasn't
Holy
really
shit.
care about the
You
job.
were 16 years old like me, you bloody idiot.
Shut
No,
up.
not in 2005. 12 in 98.
But I'm trying to figure out
Right,
can I
Brenda,
calculate
how old
it
are you now?
37.
Yeah, it was same age.
Minus
13 or
20.
19 in 2005. So went to
Minus
uni.
20. You would have been 17 in 2014. 2004. Plus one.
2005.
18.
Right,
Fine.
what did I miss?
18 or
So-
19.
It's-
them arguing
it's-
about
Ander,
ages.
what is the
like-
question?
It's
Alright.
I
Close
got
enough.
did
the
ask
so I
you-
can go get food.
how old you were.
All right.
19.
It's a lie.
Yeah, it is a lie.
About
Uh,
age 19.
It's
I
a
would have
lie.
said it's a lie, but then when he revealed it was kind of a wuss breaking in, so I'll go true.
Well, he just said there's 3 people in there. You can't
Alright.
break in if there's people in it.
Calanchus, what are
Lie.
you saying?
It's a lie.
Red,
I'm
what are
sorry,
you
pal.
saying?
It's a lie.
Alright, Valley, reveal.
It's a lie.
Valley, you
I
kind
don't know
of.
who even made that story.
I did, but you kind of messed yourself up by saying that you didn't
Because
break
it's
in.
a
There was
weird
people
situation
in
for
there.
myself.
There were people in
I
there.
know, but like I had this idea in my mind, and you really didn't do it.
That's
Alright.
so stupid. Sorry,
right.
Chatters.
No, that's fine. You did alright, man. You did alright. Alright, so last one. I'll do another one.
I don't think you're on 9. How old were you in 2005? Let's get this out of the way first.
I will do another one.
There wasn't
and-
lie.
You were
Yeah, he's
not
not going to
19.
lie about that, is he? You put other details in that are true. He's going to turn around and
Yes.
Well, he could have just actually told the truth from how old he was.
Right, last one for Thickets Up the Bluff. I once trapped my friend between two doors in France.
What 2 doors?
Was it a rotating door?
One question at a time, as we keep saying. So, Throwback, to answer your question, it was it was like our bedroom that we were in, and there was a door leading to the outside, not the door like the main door to the bedroom, but there was a door leading to the outside, and then there was this wooden set of French doors outside, like the shutter type things, and I squished him in between there.
I see.
And he got him stuck.
Yeah, I know the gap between, because obviously it's like shutter doors, and it's only like what 8-10 inches between the main door and the shutters.
How long ago was this?
A very, very fucking long time ago. It was a school trip, so.
The one
we
where
were like-
you were listening to I'm a Wanker.
We were like 15.
Yeah,
no, I
that'd be
think
the
this was a
one.
different one, but
Well, he did say.
it might have been the
Wait a
same
minute.
trip.
Was this a hotel room?
Yes, it was, but it was more like dorms.
How many people to a room?
So in our room, there was just 2 of us.
Hey, Chada, did you have toilet inside your room, or it was like the level toilet?
We had a bathroom attached to our room. Yes.
Whoa.
This might be a bit too easy for me.
I don't
Hello.
It's Donny.
Pretty good. How about you?
I mean, you could ask me why did I do it?
We don't care about
She
Why? Why did you do it? Why did you commit crimes against your friend?
So he came into our room when the teachers had already called lights out and stuff, and we weren't allowed to leave our rooms. He came into our room, and the teacher then knocked on the door after I refused to let him in, jokingly. And the teacher was knocking on our door asking if we were in there, and he stupidly answered. So the teacher heard 3 voices but decided to walk away anyway. So I decided that we needed to find somewhere to hide him in case the teacher came back. And the best place to hide him was in this spot between the 2 doors, and it was pissing with rain outside, which was coming in under the door.
Oh god. At age 15, which is possible.
You said there was only 2 to a room.
There was 2 to our room. I think there was one other room that had 1 person, only had 1 person in it. There was another room where my other friends were that had 3 people, or 4 in that room, because they had 2 double bunks in there.
Chatters, have you needed that trick? Did teacher come back or not?
Sorry, say that again.
Did you actually need that trick? Did teacher come back?
No.
No, so not worth it.
it was a waste of time, but it was funny as fuck.
Useless.
How did your friend get unstuck?
Well, obviously we opened the door after a while. I did. I locked him in there, and then I went and led back down in bed, and he was stood banging on the door, shouting to let him out.
I'm just trying to imagine how big was the gap between two doors.
Like I say, it was like normal doors to like those wooden shutters that you have outside. So it was only like 8 to 10 inches. It wasn't very big.
Okay.
He
Try
was
to
literally
imagine.
I had to push the door, like, and squish him into the gap.
Okay, try to imagine real-time rap, and is it possible to put in between those two doors?
No, it wouldn't be possible to put me in between those two doors now. Like,
Fatty.
with 125 hot dogs.
yeah.
Hey, if I was stuck in a room with 125 hot dogs, I'd be like,
And 1 hour.
How long was he sort of stuck there for?
I'd say I left him in there for a good 40 minutes, 40 seconds to a minute, something like that. I went and led back down in bed, and then he was banging on the door, and me and my friend that was staying in the room were laughing like mad, and then I was like, okay, and I got up and let him out.
Wait, and nobody came to check what is going on. Someone is.
No, nobody came to check. No.
What did you do to the What did you do to the trip on the trip exactly? What sort of trip was it? Just a.
It was a school trip to France. It was a school trip to France, like a French trip, and we were in the French Alps.
Paper houses.
What?
They have very weak paper houses. How nobody
It's not
came to check what is
Japan!
going on? But still.
But I'm catching up in levels.
I haven't really been playing this at all, so.
Honestly, same.
Any more questions?
Not that I can think of.
I guess not.
Nah.
I think it's a lie.
Let's vote.
Let's go to it. So Thunder says lie. Fruitbat, what you saying?
I'll say true, but I've got literally every single one wrong. Oh well.
Lie.
Oh, you're saying lie. Stig, what you saying?
Full of shit, lie.
Kalancha said lie. Reb, what you saying?
I say it's true.
It's true.
Valley, what you saying?
It could be possible and funny, but it's lie.
It was in fact the truth.
Hooray, I got all right.
I did in fact fully like, and the funny thing, as I'm shutting the door, because like I say, the gap was so small that he could I had to squeeze him in there, and as I'm shutting the door, all I can remember him going is, "Stop it! Stop it! No, I'm not gonna fit in there. I'm not. No, you're crushing my left bollock, you prick!"
You son of a bitch!
And then I shut him in there, and I shut the door, and I led down on the bed. And all of a sudden, like, it was just quiet for like 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden he was like, "My feet are getting wet, you prick, let me out!"
You know, Stig said he's full of shit. Even worse chatters.
Why was his feet getting wet?
Because, as I said, they were like French doors, so that it was raining outside, and the rain was coming up through the bottom of the wooden shutters outside and making him wet.
Also, it was pretty wet and cold.
It was pissing. We had a thunderstorm that night as well.
Oh, God.
Alright, anyway. That is the end of Thickets.
I would think the same thing too, to be honest.
That's the end of Thickets Up the Bluff today. That was good though. You guys
came on
did.
time?
You guys, well, by on time if you mean 2 hours late, then yeah, I guess. But you're fine. You're fine. All right, so back to the main topic discussion then, and
oh no,
going back to what we were talking about earlier. Now that Valley's here, we have a Russian's perspective on whether Russian as a nation, not Russian as in people, warmongers or humanitarians.
As a social political entity.
So
yes, I liked the entity.
Go on in Russia. Go on in Russia. Go on in Valley.
Yeah, go on, Russia.
Speak the point for Russia.
I think the topic I read, humanitarians or warmongers, in my personal opinion, both are wrong.
Okay.
I mean, they're both ends of the spectrum, so yeah, that's kind
When
of
I
the point.
when I was at school, we had a theory, like it was long time ago. So the theory was, what is a way of Russian Federation? And it was a part of the Russia is a part of Asia, Russia is a part of Europe.
Yes.
And the third opinion was Russia has its unique way. So I actually support the third version. So it's very unique, unique country and unique location, and we have third way. Now the third's the second. Like you can say, it's China. China. We are not China. You can say, Western or European.
So what
democracy?
Valley's saying is he supports
we're stuck
Putin in
somewhere
everything he does, right? So I just want to ask something that popped up earlier. Kalantros, how do you feel about Russia?
Yes, neighbor. Same.
They're an interesting country.
I'm a little confused. Are they European or Asia or some other?
Technically, Russia is classed in Europe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. The ruling part of it is in...
No, Russia is Europe. Russia is in Europe. That's like its official status is that it is in Europe.
Yep.
For some places it does call it Eurasia, but it's technically it is in Europe. It's classified as a European country.
Yeah. The main thing that I think I wanted to more or less go in on is the Prime Minister election, Valley. Does Putin win every year because the competitor get killed?
Well, for that to understand the political system inside the country, we are not prime minister country. We're a federal country with the presidential ruling.
Okay. Has he won by a landslide every single time?
Is it election based?
Yes, it's election based, and it's primary election. So you see the person you voting for. So you see the guy you can pick. It's not like in the UK. So you're voting for the party, right? And then the party can make some guy the prime minister of the country. So you're technically not voting for the person.
No, you vote for the party, and you vote for the party of your area.
Yeah, you're voting for party.
And whatever party gets the most votes.
Is it free and fair?
Yeah. Yeah, we have double election. We have multiple election. We have election for the parliament. You vote for party, and then you vote for the president. It's a person. But because it's triple ruling system, we have judging system, we have parliament, and we have the president, and they compensate each other.
Okay.
So if the parliament gonna vote for something, the president need to confirm or disconfirm that law. If the president will say I'm not agree with that, the parliament need to vote once again. If they do it 3 times in a row with a different opinion, they can make the impeachment for the president. It happened maybe 15 years ago with previous president Boris Yeltsin.
Okay.
That guy.
Well, not 15, 25, sorry.
Right, this goes back to when did he come in? 1997.
Yeah, around that time. Also, because we have, I don't remember how many right now, 50, let's say 55 states inside the country, or not 59, not 95 states inside the country, we have our own governors. And people who's living in that states, they can vote for him, personally.
Okay.
It's like an election inside the region.
So we were talking earlier about the about obviously the current escalation in the Russia-Ukraine war. So obviously the recent escalation where Russia started, I think it's fair to say, Russia started the bombing on Ukraine and the war escalated and started.
Since when? I need the date.
So
2014
Alright, Stig, we'll
is
see
the
it.
earliest.
No.
No.
2014 is the start of the war. The start of the escalation was 2022, correct? 24th of February 2022 was the start of the escalation.
Long story actually. I'm totally agree. 2022 is the beginning of the war, official. But we need to understand how exactly that happened and what happened before that, because if we go back, I would like to say going back to 2004. In my opinion, this is the beginning. Since the first revolution happened in the Ukraine, if you know what it is. It actually was several revolutions inside the Ukraine. Like it was Orange Revolution, it was like how they call it. I don't remember even Russian name. It's Revolution of Dignity, and there was another revolution called the Maidan. So it's actually it was 3 revolutions inside the country, even before the 2022. All that started from actually the main wave was we are the Europe. So we are unique. We're moving to Europe. We're moving far away from Russia. We're moving far away from our history. We need to forget different languages, and some other shared some promises. I don't know, did they get it or not? So that's how it happened from 2004. But still, we were united between like our community, like Ukrainian community, Russian community. We didn't have any problem. We could move anytime without international passports. So borders were open. So it became worse and worse and worse until 2014 happened the Maidan. And after that time, you see the situation with Crimea, with the eastern regions, because they always been very close to Russia. They have relatives, connections. They have very strong history with Russian regions. I don't know. Do you know about that? That eastern part of Ukraine originally came from Russia.
Well, obviously, due to the Soviet Union and such, we
Even
are
before the
fully
even
aware
before the
of-
Soviet Union, it was historical part of Russia, and everything was fine
Oh, yeah, Chernobyl
before
and such,
2014.
Yeah, because I remember Chernobyl. That was technically part of Russia, wasn't it?
So, so in terms of
No, it wasn't.
what in terms of what you guys hear, because obviously, like how we talk and how we perceive what's been going on is by our media, and obviously what you get shown and how you know what's going on is by your media. And one of the beautiful things nowadays is that we have this wonderful thing called the internet, which having access to it means that we have access to a wide availability of information, but it's still difficult to get the perspective from the other side. So what, like, obviously from our point of view, I don't think I've ever known or heard from what I remember as to why specifically the war started. Like who declared war and who, why, was it over land, was it, you know, like, because as far as I understand it, I think Putin wants Ukraine to become part of Russia again.
No, actually, you know what's the biggest trigger for Russia, chatters, with Ukraine? I can tell you, the biggest trigger for Russia is they wanted to join NATO.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
we know that.
That's what kicked off the thing in 2014. Because when back then their Ukraine president didn't want them to join the EU or NATO, yet the rest of Ukraine did. They kind of went up in arms. The current Ukraine president, well, the Ukraine president back then, fled the country back to Russia, and then Russia sort of moved in. That's what I remember.
Well,
Yeah.
you know Thunder when NATO been founded, right?
Yes.
And against what the NATO been founded?
It was a defense alliance treaty against Soviet Russia.
Yes, not only Soviet Russia, the Warsaw Bloc, which is
Yes, the
USSR,
Eastern-
Czechoslovakia,
Eastern Bloc.
Poland,
If you say Eastern Germany,
yeah, Eastern Germany, Hungary, and
Poland.
yes, exactly. So
Valley already
actually,
said Poland, but yeah, okay.
the Poland wasn't that bloc. Yes, the communist Poland.
Does this mean you're going to take Poland back because it was technically part of?
Do we really need that? No.
Wow! Wow!
Part of Ukraine. The only thing you do need is
We don't want those fucking Poles. We're gonna put them in concentration camps. The Polish are the Russians, fucking Jews,
Why don't you just
right?
stick them in the ground and just say, "Here you go, hold this up."
Maybe you don't know, but I also have relatives in Ukraine. Thanks God they all live in Russia for now, but they're originally from Ukraine. The point is, Ukraine is the biggest enemy for Russia in being a part of NATO, because at 2014, Ukraine was almost 50 million people. The population of the country was almost 50 million people. Just try to imagine how big army is that if you're gonna play against Russia inside the NATO, on Russia's border, and being motivated to do anti-propaganda with Russia, so they anti-Russians, and they always were playing that role for a long time, being moved by NATO. So this is the biggest problem for Russia and for Russian government, because we would like to see the NATO on our border, and it was very dangerous in that case.
But see,
And-
the thing that I struggle to understand by that is that if that's the case, if that truly was the case, and that Ukraine were a NATO force sat right by the side of Russia, and they were NATO's way into Russia, if you like, then why in the hell, once the war started, why haven't NATO rushed in and immediately gone and defended Ukraine and
Because they're not allowed to join while a nation is currently at war.
Well, of course they're allowed to join if the nations decide that it's relevant to intercede.
Yes, but
Which,
if
but
they
and
join,
but if Ukraine were NATO's insiders against Russia, then they're gonna intercede straight away. They're all gonna vote for them to intercede. Like, that's a
and
no-brainer.
And can I just also point out, what Valley has just said is completely bullshit now, because since this has been going on, Sweden, Finland, most of the Baltic states have all joined NATO now. So basically, what Putin didn't want to happen has now happened in the north and most of all over the Baltic.
Okay,
So
but that
now
doesn't.
he's
but that
even in a worse situation than he
right,
was
but Thunder,
before it kicked
Thunder,
off.
but that doesn't mean that what Valley's saying is bullshit, because Valley's saying about what's started it all, right? That doesn't mean that the fears are invalid or whatever. But my struggle to understand, because, and I'm guessing that the way in which you're telling it, Valley, is because that's the way in which obviously you understand it, because that's what you've been told via media and your teachings and whatnot.
And we also had a ball.
Can I finish? Thunder,
Let Chatters
can I finish? So obviously that's why you're saying it in the way that you're saying it, because that's how you've perceived it from your side, which is fine. But for me, I struggle to see how that can play true because of what's happened since. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Thunder, I can tell you, as I told before, we don't care about Baltic states. Just imagine their size. Sorry, Baltic states, but not an enemy for us.
You're too small for us to give a shit about.
Yeah, exactly. But Ukraine is actually the part of land it was moving against Russia for a very long time, like, but having long history together with Russia and Ukraine. And I have another example, this country called Belarus. It's absolutely different way. Like, it's very similar countries, Ukraine and Belarus, but Belarus decided to go one way, Ukraine decided to go another way. And this is the biggest problem because it's absolutely similar countries but with different views.
But like,
This is a
Can I just point one interesting fact out? Belarus
Sure.
actually did want to go the other way. Then the Belarus leader just went to your country and said they're going the other way. Get them, or I need help to make them go the other way.
I mean,
which is exactly what happened.
I think my point here then is if Ukraine want to be part of NATO,
EU,
then why is that Putin's concern? Why should he care that Ukraine, which is a country on its own, it is recognized as a country on its own, why should he care where Ukraine wants to alliance themselves? Like, what right has he got to try and stop that?
I can tell you, Charis, actually, you probably don't know about that fact, but when USSR collapsed and all 15 republics got independence, one of the rules to get independence, especially for Ukraine, Belarus, and Russian Federation, the one part of that agreement was being neutral. So they, and this is the main thing the constitution based on. They need to be neutral, not NATO, not other military blocks.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
So if Belarus is neutral, why did Russian troops come out of Belarus and attack from the north of Ukraine? That
Yeah, but we're
should not have been allowed.
Well,
That's
I can tell
completely
you.
bullshit there.
Yes, Thunder, but we don't have any military bloc. Can you understand? Do you ever heard about bloc Russian and China, or Russia and Belarus? We have different communication. It calls.
So why can't Ukraine move their troops in to Belarus and go? If they're neutral, then it's the same. It works both ways. I'm sorry, it just does.
Well, you can be neutral, but you can attack other country if you'd like to hear that.
Yeah, he's
Like,
not,
technically Ukraine can attack Belarus anytime. if they want.
What he's talking about is he's talking about the not the alliance, if you like, but how the country unionizes itself or militarizes itself in terms of the connections that it makes and the position that the country places its stance at. So whether they put their alliance within Russia or NATO. And I think this is the biggest thing then, because what I'm getting out of this is basically there is this thing where Russia has this thing against NATO. And Ukraine have sort of said, do you know what? We actually want to be part of NATO. And Russia have gone, hold on. You signed an agreement to us when we let you become independent that you wouldn't do that. So now we're gonna fight to take you back.
It's not about military blocks. You know, you can be part of the EU. This is your way. It's fine. You can be part of any association. Like, do you know about BRICS? Right? It's not military bloc. It's economic bloc.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The way you just said this, technically, wasn't Finland part of the Soviet bloc as well? And
No,
they got their
no.
independence.
No, they got independence since USSR time at 1917. Actually, they got independence only because of Lenin.
Is this not just a schoolyard thing?
No, I mean,
you're friends with them, therefore I'm not going to be friends with you anymore, and I'm going to beat you up for it.
I'm talking after World War II.
World War II? Actually, officially Finland was on Nazi Germany side.
Yeah, but didn't they become part of the Russian Eastern Bloc after that, though?
No.
Do you know what? Whenever you say no to a fact that Thunder thinks is right, it's always, as in, I don't believe you, but I'm not gonna argue with you.
Because Thunder doesn't know.
Yeah, I know, but it's always this. I really don't believe you, but like, it's every time.
I'm not judging you, Thunder, because you were studying a different country in different school, and you need to understand. I know much more about Russia than you, and this is fine. As you know much more about the UK than I do. I can say something, but not everything.
I mean, this is the point, and this is why specifically I spoke with Calantis.
You're right.
And I wanted you to come.
Thank you, Thunder.
I wanted you specifically to come in with this discussion because I thought it's interesting to get the perspective from somebody who is Russian and what they're told
versus what we're told in our media.
Yeah. Is Rep still here?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, nothing personal to you, Rep. You know, you're a good guy. So anyway,
but America,
don't have
fuck
anything
them.
against you. But because you're American, you probably understand what Cold War is, right?
Yes.
So it's technically war between USSR and the US. Was called because we didn't have any actions, but still, there is some kind of feeling between modern Russia as a grandchild of USSR and the modern US. Like we still kind of coldish fighting, and because of the fucking bad history between us after World War II. And for now, you can see modern Russia and the NATO bloc ruled by Americans. So we still accept it like some sort of aggression. We wouldn't like to hear or see that in real life, but it's happening.
I'd actually say that that's probably a real misconception as well, because I don't think, I think America are perceived to have a lot of power.
And and if I'm right, it was Barack Obama who said, we crushed Russian economy. I think it happened in 2014 when he said it. How we can be still alive?
Because a certain woman in Germany just said we were more dependent on Russia.
I mean, to be fair, to be fair against that, a lot of economies can crash and still survive. Like the UK's economy has crashed several times, and we're still here. We're still a rich nation, so
we do.
The whole thing for that was actually the first set of imposed sanctions on Russia from the first invasion of Ukraine.
As they call it, since 2014, right?
Yep.
Yeah, even since that time they started to call that invasion, because from our side, how we see that, when Crimea decided to separate from Ukraine and make another choice to join Russia.
We better get everybody out of London then.
Yeah, but Thunder, do you really know the percentage of the election inside the Crimea? How many people voted to leave Ukraine and join Russia?
I don't exactly believe that, because it should have been done by a proper democracy country.
So, like that's how you call it, right? Because someone decided that one democracy is much better than another democracy.
And so this is part of the issue, isn't it, with a lot of things?
Yes, exactly.
It's like the current election that now Vladimir Putin's been gotten in how many times? His last opponent was arrested by his order, sent to prison, and then mysteriously died in the prison.
What exactly? Who exactly are you talking about? The Navalny?
Yeah, I think that was him. I can't remember the name now.
Yeah,
and then
fun.
Who died in jail, right?
You know how we have these things of like who's most likely to be this or that, or most likely to be convinced by a conspiracy theory. Yes, definitely Thunder, right? Like.
But
Thunder. The Earth's not flat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Thunder, I have a question to you. Have you voted for Theresa May?
No.
Exactly. And you call your democracy is like being better democracy.
I voted for Brexit though.
Jesus Christ.
How has that worked out for you?
Absolutely fine.
Yeah, we're still here.
I don't think there's been any problem with the economy. There's not been
And
any
can
of
I
the
just point out,
scaremongering.
I read about 19 other EU states now want to
join
have
us
their
in
own
leaving the...
Rwanda plan as well. 'Cause
I,
they're sick of these stupid
the
laws,
whole
but,
the
you
whole
know,
Brexit argument and people mocking Brits for like voting for Brexit, I think
Yeah.
is completely null and void now, because I think it's been proven that
we are
there's
doing alright.
there's been no bad effects from us leaving Brexit. To be honest, there's been no really good effects from us leaving Brexit either. It's just been life as fucking normal, which is exactly what everyone knew it would be. It's only fearmongers that were saying, oh, the economy's going to crash, you can't do this, you can't do that. You know? Like, and it's always the same, right?
And the EU is such a bloody mess.
And this is part of the biggest problem, is media.
Yeah.
Media dictates so heavily on what we understand, because people just either don't have the time, or just can't be bothered, or don't have the inclination, or whatever. People just do not go and find out things for themselves, so they believe what's being told to them. And like I say, this is why it was good to have a Russian perspective on this, because it's completely different to what we're told from what we'll call the Western society.
By the way, Charis, this is another good example of Western democracy. Can you, for example, watch some Russian TV channel or Russian news in the UK?
I mean, to be
Can
fair,
you get another? Can you get another information?
to be fair, in the UK, in order to get anything from any other country, you have to like find it specifically. Like everything is English.
Yes.
And it's similar. Like whenever I've travelled, it's similar. You have, if you travel to a hotel in Germany, you'll find virtually all German channels. You might find the BBC on there, but that's about it. You won't find any other English channels, and same in France. You know, same everywhere. You will only see the local channels or the national channels for that country. So
Yeah, but do you really interested what's happening in Russia? Reading some alternative opinion from different information sources.
I mean, I wouldn't have made sure that you were here otherwise, would I?
I'm just asking.
I mean, because that's the point. Because I understand that we're told one thing and you guys are told another. And as is always the case, when you're told one story by one person and another story by somebody else that completely contradicts each other, the truth never lies one way or the other. The truth always lies.
One thing.
Thunder, wait.
Yes.
The truth always lies somewhere on that line in between them. It's,
Yes,
one
this
is
is
white,
true.
one
Always
is
A
black,
side, B
and the
side,
truth
and
is
truth.
always a shade of grey. Always.
Yeah. Also, it's very hard to understand Russia itself. Why I'm saying that? Because, for example, Norway. Norway is a very specific mono country. So
Yeah.
Norwegians are living there, and they very typical.
Oh shit! I thought Belgians lived there. Fuck.
I thought it was Sweden's.
It's also mono country. Originally, it's mono country. If you can see someone from different countries, they're immigrants or refugees, whatever. If you look at Russia, we have 125 languages. We have all kinds of religions. Originally, they not came from any places. They were living here since the beginning.
Fuck me, according to what life is like in the UK, that's like having a mono language culture then.
Yeah.
We've probably got about 10,000 different languages.
You still have like one main language. You have dialects.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about dialects.
No,
one man.
Oh, I was joking about him. I was making a joke. It's fine.
It's okay. And it's very hard to understand like what real Russia is, because it's so hard to understand. Even I was in every single state in my country. It's technically not possible, because you want to fly from one part to another part, it takes 12 hours by plane. And it's not easy. And can you imagine how hard to control that big country, to keep people united? It's not easy.
I'm just trying to think whether I've actually travelled 12 hours in total by plane over the course of my life, but I'm pretty sure I have. But you know.
And they're just inside. And another problem, it's not possible to show that culture, not even inside the country, even outside the country. And when people saying we're using propaganda, well, what is wrong with propaganda? Every single country doing propaganda about their
tell the
country.
truth to the people that
They-
tell
I-
lies.
They are. You're right. I
Doesn't
think.
Russia have its own
I
news
think
channel
the difficulty becomes, and this is where you're right. It does blur the lines, because the difficulty becomes is when you're telling the story of what's happening, and you are deliberately withholding facts from people. Now, I know I heard early on in the Russia-Ukraine escalation, because that's what we're going to call the 2022 conflict forwards. Before that, it was just the Russia-Ukraine war. After that, it's the escalation. But a lot of what I heard on the escalation was that I saw Russians saying, yeah, it's not that bad, you're misinterpreting it, you're being told this, you're being told that. But then I saw some of the things that was being said by the Russian media at the time, which was also clearly propaganda. So I think you're right, there was propaganda on both sides, and where do you make that moral judgment as to what propaganda you accept? Because essentially you automatically accept the propaganda that's spouted by your own country. I think we've all got to accept that. We've all got to accept that there is propaganda in every media, no matter what country you're in, and you accept that propaganda as truth, generally.
It depends on the person, and with what eyes you can look at the propaganda, like being optimist or being realist. So I think I can recognize myself as a realist because I'm trying to look from both sides. I know what's happening, I know good things and bad things, but looking at Western side, not propaganda, even mass media, I see how they're trying to demonize us. And it's definitely not true.
And I'm sure you can see that there's probably been things said in the Russian media as well, which are exactly the same the other way around, where it's like, we're angels and we're doing this because of and that's also not quite towing the line of truth, you know? Like I say, the truth is always going to be there. It's a shade of grey in between the two sides of the story, right? And essentially, I think this is probably why other countries haven't yet been involved in the war. There's been individual soldiers and things which have gone over. I don't know. I haven't heard of anyone that's gone over to Russia, but I know I heard of a lot of soldiers who went to fight for Ukraine. I know a lot of that happened. Because I think the way in which it's been perceived across the Western Hemisphere is the fact that Ukraine is a not necessarily underdeveloped, but Ukraine is a less powerful enemy. They're basically being bullied by the Russians, and therefore people want to help them out. That's the way the story goes, that Russia is the bear, Ukraine is the rabbit, and other countries are trying to come in and you know, like,
it's funny to hear how they're fighting for West. Thunder, you can search in Google, maybe you can try to find some information. Because I'm a person of facts, do you know which country accepted more Ukrainians since 2014?
Since 2014.
I mean, I think I could guess the answer, but go on.
Yes.
I think it was Poland or
you an
Either
idiot?
Poland or
Go
Romania.
Google it. I guarantee the answer's gonna be Russia.
Yes.
Well, okay, at the same point, is it not a fact that Putin is still wanted by the International Court
Yes.
for war crimes
Yes.
of abducting children?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why he's only visiting certain countries at the moment.
Yeah, I just want to say, Ukraine is not like mono country making straight opinion about something they need to do in the future. So because some people living in that country, they feel themselves closer to Russia, and it's getting closer to 50%. That's the biggest problem. When they're saying like real democracy, the country
Where
can move
did you
to
hear
west.
these numbers?
Because actually I can see them here. I can see cars with Ukrainian number plates. I know a lot of Russians. Like I thought they're Russians. They're actually not Russians. They came from Ukraine a long time ago and decided to stay to live here because they feel themselves more safety. It's actually real people I can speak with. Like, how many Ukrainians you've met in the UK personally?
I've met a few, but then I've worked in multicultural.
Like few, 1, 2, 3, 5.
I don't know. I
I've
don't
met
count. I don't take notice of every. Like I've met Russians as
Actually
well. Like,
living
I don't know.
here or just visiting?
Living here. There.
Yeah, I wouldn't say immigration from
30.
Ukraine is not very high.
I've read immigration statistics, like
30.
local immigration.
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't
Right.
say.
Thunder, you're greatest liar.
I'm not actually. Because
Most-
I work in tourism, a government scheme, they paid my boss a large amount of money to have a load of Ukrainian refugees.
Yeah, so he's saying he met
where I
30, but they
work.
were a group of Ukrainians that actually came to his park. Like
Well, there are 30 families.
that was like the entire immigration of Ukraine taken out on a day trip.
Yes.
No,
I'm saying that-
our greatest immigration population at the moment is probably
You're
Polish.
standing up on my screen.
You don't see
No, it's not. I
the
think it's
car-
Albanian these days.
I say I don't think.
I'm in the go-kart.
I reckon it will be Polish.
I think you'll find it's Albanian these days.
Wow.
I am gonna look it up. I reckon it will be Polish.
Yeah, it should be second place after Russia.
Drum roll.
Or first place in official statistics.
Yeah.
I mean, it's come up here in the US. Well, no, we all know in the US.
just
it's
read
gonna
some-
we
read
all
some
know in the
American
US it's going to be
statistics.
Mexicans, right? Like,
Yeah.
fine. I just want a simple answer. I don't want thing UK immigration data.
Too many
analysis,
words.
maybe.
When it is answer.
Yeah, I'm looking. Population. Where's immigration data? Give me I just want immigration data.
Oh. It was at the beginning.
Fuck, forget what card. Bitch.
What, of
Shit.
that
Roll
one?
back.
Of this one?
I see some graphs. London, no.
No.
Yeah,
London's
that's
not the UK.
not, that's...
Yep. Okay, here we go. Hell yeah,
Yeah, that's not immigration data.
Yeah.
It says immigration, but it's
But
not...
by the way, Thunder, I can see how aggressive your opposition are.
Oh, here we go! What is the highest immigration population in the UK? In 2021, there were approximately 696,000 Polish nationals living
Honestly,
in the United
surprises
Kingdom.
me.
I told you, Poland would be highest. I knew it would be.
What? Right. What year was that? Sorry.
2021.
2021.
What is it now?
This is the first fucking one I've come across, but Poland is, looking at that graph, almost double the figure of any other immigrant, including...
Because it was recent enough.
Second is India, third is Republic of Ireland, fourth is Italy, fifth is Romania, sixth Portugal, then Spain, Pakistan, Nigeria, then US. Fuck me, you Americans can't wait to get out of there.
British democracy is better than American democracy.
Yeah, but that was.
No, they've only come over for the NHS.
I'm pretty sure more people have got out of the country since Biden got in power.
Maybe they're originally from the UK.
Most.
What's the? Oh, but that's just.
Oh, I see Ukrainians.
Yeah. So top
35k. Yeah.
2023, the top 5 non-EU.
2023.
No, but that's non-EU, so Poland won't count in that.
Oh.
But top non-EU immigration were Indian, Nigerian, Chinese, Pakistani, and Ukrainian.
Kilantris, I'm happy to see Norwegians are not in the list.
DMV has a bunch of buses around over here.
Hey, yeah, Calantris, you're gonna be one of those immigrants that's into the UK because you know your missus ain't gonna move outside.
He's a legal immigrant. He's migrating all the time.
Yeah, I mean, to be those stats were immigration stats, so that's gonna be official, legal immigration.
Charis, by the way, I cannot say it for 100% being correct. Like, what is the main theme in UK mass media? Like, is actually Ukrainian part that important for?
To be
British
fair,
people?
recently I think the media picked up on the escalation of the war for about 2 weeks, and then after that, not a lot. Like,
Actually,
I
there
don't.
was someone today, actually.
I don't think in general you see
No, not a lot.
much. You see much about it at all,
But-
because at
but
the end of the day, it's just something that's going on at the moment. Like,
It depends on what channel you go on. You can go on News 24, certain other channels, but
yeah, I mean, if you go on to War Correspondence, then it's about the only thing they've got to fucking cover at the moment.
But another question, like personal opinion, can you actually win in that war? Like, saying you, the West, helping Ukraine, can I actually help them? How you think?
I think there is probably a bigger issue here in that if NATO decided to get involved, which would then mean that all members of NATO would also be involved and send troops,
Mm-hmm.
then it would be World War III. It would officially be World War III because you would have, and then this is obviously what they're trying to avoid. This is obviously where points are going on, and at the end of the day, this isn't the first time it's happened. You've got I can't think. Where is it? Israel and Pakistan, isn't it? You've got that war which has been going on for
Palestine.
Palestine, yeah. You've got that war. Yeah, Pakistan. What the fuck? Yeah, you've got that war that's been going on for like thousands of fucking years, and it like you can't just say, "Oh, we're gonna pick a side." You know, it has to be born into fact. It has to be born into reason, and I think this is why I think that the Western media is clearly not entirely accurate in what it's been stating, because if the Western media was completely accurate in what it's been stating, then NATO would have stepped in from the start.
Yeah, according Article 5 of the NATO charter, it's very dangerous act if someone from NATO decide to join that conflict personally.
It will. I mean, it would lead to World War III, because every member of NATO would have to side with the NATO force that came in, or they would have to break the NATO agreement. and if anybody broke the NATO agreement, they would automatically be seen as siding with Russia, even if they weren't, and therefore
Or
they
neutral.
would be. Yeah, I don't even think they would be classed as neutral then, though. I think if they were to break their NATO pact by not joining the war, they would be classed as an enemy of the war. So it would be inevitable that...
A separatist, more like.
It wouldn't be a separatist war, though, would it? If the entirety of NATO steps in and supports Russia, supports Ukraine, and goes after Russia, then any country that doesn't abide by that and breaks their NATO pact agreement, then they are immediately going to be viewed as an enemy, and at that state are going to be classed and declared war upon as an enemy of the conflict. Which is not a separate war, that's the war. It will become World War III.
If other members will support them in that war.
But, and this is the point, they would have to support them, because it's not just a single country that would decide to support Ukraine. It has to be the NATO agreement. It has to be agreed upon by the council. So, essentially, NATO stepping in would mean that all of NATO steps in. That being said, obviously, if one nation, say the UK, if the UK decided, do you know what, we've had enough of it, we're going to step in, then obviously them stepping in would mean a declaration of war between Russia and the UK. And as a result of that declaration of war, then the other NATO members would be obliged to support the UK. So there is a sense that one nation could start it, but it would still end up in World War III. If one nation did it, or if NATO decided to do it, it would end up in World War III. Quite quickly.
Thunder. Accept you as a professional military guy. Do you understand what it means?
Don't you mean professional bullshit, Speller? But go on.
Yes. Do you understand what is cannon fodder and where it came from?
Yes.
Can you tell me the story, please?
It's basically you want someone a meat shield to absorb all the enemy fire, so the most experienced troops can actually live and take all the war.
Okay, so where did it come from?
I don't know, really.
Okay.
I know it's been in comics, stuff like that.
So actually, it
I
came
can't remember the developers of the game, but Cannon Fodder was a brilliant game. I loved it.
Oh, it was so good.
Anyway, sorry, go on, Valley. Go on.
Oh my god.
Oh, hold on. We got to pause for Thunder's bathroom breaks, because, you know... I mean, to be fair, he has lasted nearly 3 hours. Which I think has got to be...
opportunity to grab some food.
Yeah, well, now's a good time while Thunder's in the loo, right?
Yeah.
So, Thunder, the original story actually...
No, he's in the loo. You'll have to wait. You'll have to wait till he gets back. Trust me, Valley, we deal with this all the time, man. Like, I've been to the loo, but I was still listening. Because I got wireless headphones.
Okay. So, Thunder...
no, he's not back yet! Wait till he says he's back!
Thunder, read about it in the future.
Personal
conversation with Thunder.
Where's, Calantris? You still here?
Yes.
Valley, why did you answer for Calantris?
He's always with us. He's always in my head.
Yeah, he's just not always paying attention. Calantris! See? You see what I mean? Calantris! Because his new computer,
I'm back again.
slight concerns about, seeing as his ping's a little bit lower now. His ping was really high earlier, but
Ow.
all right,
Actually, I have a fun story about Calantris.
Now Thunder's back. You can carry on.
Okay, Thunder. Fuck him.
Thunder.
Funny
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Read more about that. I give the clue. It happened between Russians and British elites somewhere in Crimea.
Oh, you mean the Charge of the Light Brigade?
So read more about that. Now, funny story about Kalanches. When we were traveling together, he said, "I need to go to the toilet," and like a few minutes later, I'm just getting the picture of himself, like where I can see his face. But, did you send me a picture from the toilet? He said, "Yes." Oh, so he's probably in toilet again. Just send him some snaps.
So he's gonna send you a snap, yeah? While he's
Yeah,
on the
from toilet.
While he's on the shitter, yeah.
I just knew you were in the toilet at that time. Like, why did you send me a snap from toilet? So yeah, it's just all about kill launches. But you know, I actually want to listen through bad. Through bad.
I think he's still getting a drink at the moment.
Oh shit.
No, I just did that.
I think. You see,
Kalanch's back.
Oh, Kalanch's is here.
I've always been there, just slightly asleep.
Yeah, just slightly asleep. You must have been fucking asleep then, because I shouted your name about 3 times.
Oh, definitely.
Actually, I want. So Dan, do you have any question to me?
Not that I can think of
Huh? Are you still in the same area as you was before when I left?
I'm coming closer towards you.
Ah, okay.
And
You're gonna
by the
laugh.
way, is any of you ever been here in
Hi,
Russia?
Red.
I haven't.
No,
There are some places I would
Nice.
love to go to, but yes, I've never been to Russia.
My old housemate lived in Russia for a while.
So
Was he
where
Russian
was
by any
staying?
chance?
He is not.
He's Ukrainian.
Oh no, he's just British.
So, what he was saying to you about Russia?
He had a lot of complimentary things to say about the place and people.
Well, I think this is the thing, though, isn't it? It's always going to be different. Like, you know, you're never gonna get the hierarchy. I mean, obviously, like you said about Russia and US have always got this thing because of the Cold War and stuff, and there's animosity there because of that. But Russia have always, again, from media perspective and what you hear, or you spoke about this earlier on in the stream, Russia have always been a thorn in the side for just about every nation. In the way in which they, like, test borders, they test response times by flying jets into enemy airspace and things like that, and I'm sure other countries probably do it as well. And the media picks it up in certain times because it happens more often than we ever hear about, but the papers pick up on it at certain times because they want to make people fearful of the war, you know, of a war breaking out and such, because then they're going to buy the paper the next day to see if it actually has happened, right? You know, like, it's scaremongering, but
People from different countries need to understand that Russia, as good enemy, as good friend.
I think the problem.
And this is a
I think the problem
biggest
is, though, most nations don't understand where they sit with them, because, like, currently, I think, like, the UK is on neutral ground, and most countries would probably sit where they are on neutral ground with Russia, but the reason all of them are on neutral ground is because they never quite know if Russia are just going to turn around and... Yeah, I mean, for example, the Russian spy that was in Salisbury in the UK a few years ago, he was killed by a nerve attack, and the nerve agent killed him and his daughter, and shut down the entire city of Salisbury for a good 2 weeks whilst they did like the cleanup and stuff. And it's all like, you know, it happened and there was speculation and whatnot. And when it was found out he was an ex-KGB agent or whatever, and he was living in the UK, he was being protected, clearly not very well. But you hear about that, and
yeah, sure,
that sort of thing highlights to people that Russia aren't just happy with, or they will go to whatever means necessary to get their target, irrelevant of who else gets involved or who else is affected. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that people will have, is the fact that, like, they could potentially put millions of people at risk to kill one person, whereas any other nation wouldn't do that. Any other nation would just assassinate that target.
You know what I think about that, Chatters?
Mm.
About that Salisbury? I'm personally think this is either a huge fake or a huge failure of the British intelligence services.
I mean,
I think it was probably
it
a
could be
failure of the intelligence services, but
I mean, it definitely happened. It was pretty big news for a while.
and they did. I don't think in order to fake it they would have shut down Salisbury for the 2 weeks they did, because it was like, it was devastating to Salisbury and to the people. I don't like, they wouldn't have put that many people in that much fear because of the to fake something, you know, as a conspiracy, because that's what it would be. It would be a conspiracy, and I don't think.
Yeah, Thunder, your turn.
I don't think they would do that as a conspiracy, because it would cause too many problems, and you can't envisage, no matter how much you would like to, you can't envisage what people are gonna do as a response to it, right? You can't control the mass, as they say. So you can control individual events, but you don't know what people are gonna do afterwards, and maybe somebody's got a Russian person in their neighborhood that they're gonna accuse them of doing it, and then they're gonna come out with their pitchforks and burn them at the stake, and, you know, like, I don't think that a government agency would conspire to do that incident. Not to say that I don't believe a government agency is able to commit a conspiracy, because I think they are, and I think they have, but I don't think it would be on as big a loud a scale as it was. I think if they wanted to make it be believed that he was an ex-KGB agent that was killed by Russia, then they would have got one of our own spies, MI6, MI5, whatever. They would have got them to take him out, and it would have been a gunshot, or it would have been a unrealistic faked accident or something like that. It wouldn't have been something that put so many people at risk, because it was a nerve agent, and a really, really deadly nerve agent. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, I think they would have done it in a way in which would have caused less scaremongering amongst the general population.
Yeah, but still, how many people died?
Well, only those two.
They're both still alive.
I thought they both died.
No, they're still alive. Actually, nobody died.
I thought they both died.
They were definitely in hospital.
Yeah, they were. Him and his daughter were both. I thought maybe the daughter survived, but I thought he definitely died.
Only one thing I don't understand at that story. That Skripal, ex-KGB agent, who actually was a traitor, and he said everything he knew to EU intelligence. He
Oh, okay. No, you're right.
He
They,
caused-
they were both discharged. All right. I apologize. I thought they died. Fair.
yeah. So they both have no price for Russia anymore. Everything he knew before, they already said, and that's a point I don't understand. Why
Well,
actually?
that was the weird thing about it, wasn't it? Because that was said here as well. Was like there didn't really seem to be any reasoning behind.
Yeah, they're
because
useless.
He'd lived in the UK for years. So therefore, and nobody's saying the daughter was a target. They all think it was just
The daughter.
Yeah, they all think it was just him that was the target. But yeah, he's been in the UK for years and years and years. He has no relevant, up-to-date knowledge. This was part of the sort of story that was spoken about afterwards. Because, yeah, why? Like, they guaranteed there are other Russian spies in the UK agencies. There are UK agent spies in Russian agencies. Like,
I believe they still exist. Nobody knows about that, but they are.
of course, but every nation is like every nation has spies in just about every other nation, right? It's just a thing. It's always going to happen. They're always going to do it because they want inside intel.
That's how it works.
Yeah, and that might not be a good thing for you, but yeah, they're going to have people which have got better knowledge of things than this guy that was attacked with a Novichok agent. But the fact of the matter was he was attacked with a Novichok agent. He was cured because of that, because of the knowledge of what he had been in contact with. I think more people were treated as well. Because they traced where he'd been and stuff. But yes, I agree. It's all a bit weird. Something doesn't quite seem right about it. But it did happen. Who was that that DC'd? Oh, Don.
Don, I guess.
Yeah, it did happen. And I guess you're right in terms of, yeah, was it the Russians? Maybe not.
No, I'm just trying to think what's the reason of doing that, because I'm a man of logic and I cannot find any logic in that.
I mean, maybe this comes back to the same thing of them, like, testing borders and things. If they've got somebody who's maybe let their guard down a lot, it could just be to say, hey, we still remember.
It was just retaliation.
Yeah.
Could be.
I can find the logic when Boris Johnson going to Kiev and having some negotiation with them. I can understand it, and I see the logic of that. But when the ex-QGB agent almost died, or not almost died, I just cannot understand why it's happening. As I'm trying to find any logic in the act what happened with North Team 2. And when people trying to say Russia did it, what's the point of that? Russia were getting money for that pipe.
The problem is, right? Anything that resembles an attack, anything that resembles a sign of aggression to the Western states, it's like, for example, turning around and like after the 9/11 attack on America, the first time anything else happened anywhere else, 7/7 in the UK when the bus and the underground was attacked in London, which was like a year after 9/11. The moment that happened, automatically, people assigned it to Al Qaeda. They didn't even wait for a confirmation; just automatically, it was like Al Qaeda strikes again, right? And that's the type of thing they're gonna do. If somebody is known for using certain tactics, then they're automatically going to assign it to them. You know? I mean, if Hitler wasn't confirmed dead and a Jew every week started going missing, then guaranteed they'd say Hitler was behind it in the media. You know? Like, it's kind of the way the media works, right? It sensationalizes it immediately because that's what people want to hear. People want to hear the fact that, oh yeah, it's the person we expect. And unfortunately, that doesn't do any good to our society now, because quite often it's not necessarily the person you expect. It's kind of like everyone's playing police, right? And you've got a serial killer, and then all of a sudden you've got somebody else who looks as though they might do things the same as the past serial killer did, but there are differences, and the media is kind of like the chief of police who goes, no, it's a serial killer, put it in with the other case. Whereas the detectives are sitting there going, no, hold on, but this doesn't make sense, you know? It's kind of like that, right, with the media.
You know, Chad, there's only two ways how that can happen. I'm talking about teracts. It actually can be some fanatics. They always exist. Or it can be some, let's call them group of people, who rule in another group of people to make the teract in, doesn't matter where, in what country, against what people. They just did it for purpose, trying to get some benefit. And we will never know who was that people who were trying to make it and rule others. We will never know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot about life that we can say that, and really, like, there's always going to be things that we're gonna. So, the reason people stay away from political debates, obviously, a lot of today has been political, and normally I steer away from political debates as well, because everyone has a hard side that their mindset is on. And it doesn't matter what you say, all it does is leads to a heated argument because people don't want to accept other people's sides. I think this one today was a way of speaking about the Geneva Convention in terms of a bigger subject. Obviously, the Russia-Ukraine war is a current topic, so is relevant. But I think in terms of doing it in the forum base, and I'm really glad you've come along, is because of having that idea of having that discussion upon where the different sides sit and how it's perceived in different places. Because I think for me personally, even though I understood the fact that it's going to be perceived differently from your side, I think it's toned down my opinion. Having you talking here has toned down my opinion of the escalation. Then
Butter is fucking crisps.
Surprise, surprise. Toilet, crisps, Thunder's here.
I'm hungry.
Mute your fucking mic while you're eating. It's not as though we haven't been telling you this for the past 15 years.
God, it really is that long, isn't it?
How is
Yes,
not
it really
fat,
is.
Thunder? Well, Charis, I can tell you, I'm a good example you can talk to, like, from Russian world. As I think I'm not trying to change your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. The biggest problem, people need to talk. People need to understand each other's position. And we need to stop talking about, how to say, rising up the conflict. We need to find a way how to stop it.
Yeah.
And it's better to use with conversation than with bombs.
Oh no, I'm
Well,
absolutely.
we do know how to end the where the conflict. But
Yeah, Thunder, we know.
I mean,
what you're thinking about.
Yeah, what you're thinking about will end in World War III. So we know how to end it, but is that the best way to end it? Probably not.
Thunder, we know you can play War Thunder good enough, but I'm pretty sure you never shoot from real gun.
Yeah, Thunder's there going, right, put me in a plane, I'm ready to go! I've got 1,000 hours on War Thunder, I'm ready, I can tackle them!
I'm more better for attack on the ground. Or even naval.
Oh, he wants to be in the tank then. Alright, I'll be in the plane.
No, naval.
I'll be in the plane on the new Euroforce fighter, right? Because I've got experience in VTOL with VTOL aircraft, right?
Hey, I've got experience in VTOL. I'm good for it.
Speaking of which, guys, actually, before I forget, the vote is up. If you haven't voted on Saturday's game, go and vote now. I got a bit delayed with Blender stuff this week, so I didn't put it up on Tuesday. And seeing as though the polls are either 24 hours or 3 days, I decided that I would leave it and put it up last night so that it ran for 24 hours. So the vote is up. So go and vote on it. And sign up to the event if you're going to be here. Critical part, because that does make a decision on if votes are tied.
By the way, it's really good to see Rep here. I actually have a question, like historical question. Rep, do you know who used the bomb, atomic bomb, against civilians at the first time?
It was the U.S.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, the bombs, Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Little boy.
No, they're both from the U.S. Oh my God, Chatters, you disappointed me.
No, the bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yes, but they tested in their own country, so technically they bombed themselves first to check if it worked.
Oh, well, yeah, they do the test bombs, yeah.
Okay,
well,
there was funny to listen.
The one that they actually did back in the 40s in the US, because I saw a thingy on this recently, was when the US bombed launched a nuclear attack on its own citizens to prove that it was safe, basically, and they dropped a bomb and they set it to explode. It was like 100 kilometers in the air or something, so it was set to explode in the atmosphere, and there was five people who were high-ranking officers in the US military who were at ground zero, right below where the bomb was to be detonated. And there's a really interesting video, really interesting story about the whole thing and about how they stood there and what they saw and all of this. And off of all of this, with it being exploded in the atmosphere above Earth and whatnot, all 5 of them went on to live long and meaningful lives.
Yes.
So that's basically the story.
I think the first victim of radiation was Marie Curie and people who started to work in open actually that from atoms. But I believe US were using bombs somewhere in Arizona trying to kill mannequins.
Do you know
fake buildings.
Do you know who was responsible for creating the first atomic bomb?
Probably watched the movie.
Einstein?
Einstein was, well, he was
It was
not
the-
a contributor.
It wasn't Einstein.
Einstein was just a colleague to talk to about the
There-
entire
so,
thing here and told him not to do it.
It was German scientist.
I can't remember the name of the guy, but funnily enough, he was German. And
It was German scientist, that's true.
And he decided that it was too powerful to be in the Germans' hands, so he emigrated to America and helped the Americans develop it.
Oh,
Bloody hell.
Oh, he made a good deal with Americans.
Well, yeah, if you think about it, with the V1s and V2s to deliver the bomb, Germany would have won.
I mean, to be
give it to America.
to be fair, right? It's like, do you know, where the guy was, or where the guy was from who invented the Harrier jump jet?
I remember where I
no.
was when he created. I was probably in my dad's balls or something.
Yeah,
What? You
Yeah.
went with
I don't even think you like. I don't even think you'd grown into sperm in your dad's balls when the Harrier jump jet was invented.
I don't think your dad was even alive.
68.
What?
So the Harrier jump jet, I will tell you, is classed as an American invention. It was developed in America, but it was not thought up and developed by an American.
Japan.
Nope.
Was it another German?
Nope.
Was it an Argentinian with a suspiciously German accent?
No.
Was it Japan?
No.
We said this.
He was from the UK.
Oh,
He-
hence the name Harriet.
He was actually from Southampton, and he took it to the. I think he worked in the Ford factory in Southampton, which is the same factory that developed the Spitfire. But he worked in the aviations in Southampton, and he had this idea for a vertical takeoff engine with nozzles that could twist, and he went to the UK military with it, and the UK military went, "It's a really good idea, but it's going to be way too expensive. We don't want to take it on." So then he went over to America and went to the American military, who went, "Yeah, we'll take it." And that's how it was developed.
It was funny to hear. I think it was maybe half a year ago.
I
When
mean, basically, all American ideas come from somebody else.
actually America came from somewhere else.
Well, that's
Everyone
true.
came from somewhere else.
That's
Yeah,
true.
We imported those dickheads.
Chatters, did you hear the story of how radar first came about? Or what the story origin is?
No, I was thinking Marconi, but no, it's not Marconi.
No, that's right. It was World War II. Things were getting
No, it was World War One.
Actually, it was not the way. Actually, it was two because we were fighting Germany.
Right, we were fighting Germany in World War One too.
No, it was two. Sorry.
No, it
Lot
was
of
World
the-
War One when they developed radar.
Not from the film I've seen.
Now,
You're
if
watching
you
the
have
film.
lied to me, I don't know what to even
It was
say.
It didn't really become prevalent until World War II.
Yeah. Well, the way they developed it, according to this, was they were going through a list of ideas. They were trying to think up crazy new weapons to attack Germany. One was to maybe shine a beam on German aircraft so it could destroy German aircraft in the sky. Another guy came to him with an idea saying, rather than use waves to destroy enemy, how about to tell you where the enemy is? And they were all like, okay, you've got our attention. But he didn't want to hire like a load of experts just in case of, spying and all that. He picked a load of clever guys who were just ordinary postmen, milkmen, that sort of thing, to develop it. And
Oh yeah, because they've got the relevant skills, right?
Yeah, so this sounds
That's
dumb as
it.
fuck.
But they struggled to begin with.
You know,
But
shit.
eventually they got it. And
Okay, I'm wondering where the fuck you watch this film on it, because yeah, that's nowhere close to where the actual invention of radar came from.
This
Was this an episode of Postman Pat where he's like, my dad made radar?
This is close to Mr. Bean, like inventing fucking anything really, to be fair. But yeah, Mr. Bean's the secret genius behind Tesla. Like,
But the Tesla is very small.
I was gonna say what?
not.
Oh wait, do you mean like Tesla, like the original Tesla, or do you mean Tesla like the car? Because there ain't no fucking genius there.
I mean, there ain't no genius there. Tesla's an awesome car.
What? No, can't they keep breaking down and bursting into flames and.
really,
I think your information's outdated. I'd love to have a Tesla.
my boss has a
Maybe I'll put that on my little
Lord.
throne wish list thing. Maybe buy a Tesla should be on there for people to buy
Ye
me,
God.
right?
Oh, by the way.
How long would it take to have viewers on Twitch buy me a Tesla?
Hey, Rep.
Yeah.
Do you know originally from what country your family came? Like, do you know your original roots?
Probably France.
I'm gonna head
Wait,
to
wait.
bed 'cause
What
I'm
was that?
sleepy as fuck.
Like, do you know your
No,
family
no,
roots?
no, man. We'll see you later,
you, but
dude.
who,
Fair enough.
He's
who
not
who made the comment of probably France?
or Spain, one of them.
Thunder, of course.
No, I'm mostly Irish. With
Okay.
some
Yeah,
English, Welsh, and Native American blood.
Isn't like 90% of Americans Irish? Like,
There's a good portion of Americans that are Irish because potato famine and everything else.
I know where my family history comes from.
We know your German part, Charis. We know.
Yeah, but
I
actually,
remember that.
before they were Germans, they were English.
Why did they become German then?
I have German roots as well.
Who knows? My family moved from England to around various parts, and then went to Germany, and then came back to England. Apparently,
He came from the UK. He disappointed he came back.
and my granddad got caught over here. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't even us that caught him. It was the fucking Americans. Hey, there's a funny bit in the documentary about him actually, where he turns around and he says that like he talks about the time they were captured, and he's like, yeah, we were caught by the Yanks. He said they took everything off us. They stole our watches. They stole all our money, stole everything we had on us. And they were like, but were you treated well? He said, yeah, we were treated very well. They were very nice people.
We're just very good pirates.
Yeah, they robbed us of everything. But they were very nice people.
Your German watch.
Thunder, you still eating?
I don't think there was any swapping involved.
Stop
They
it.
just stole their watches. Like.
Well,
Alright, okay. So I think in order to we're sort of coming towards the end. Thank you for delivering that, Rep. Nice amount of money. In order to finish off the little podcast thing, then, in terms of this topic at least, has anybody, in terms of the Russia-Ukraine escalation, has anyone got any funny stories or anything?
Funny
that they'd like
stories
to-
about the Russia-Ukraine escalation.
I have a funny story, so that's why I'm
Really?
asking. Yes.
Oh.
Anybody? Anybody have something?
Yeah. Oh, I'm agog to hear your funny story.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a question for you, Val. Did they ever drain all that water out of that city in Russia that was flooding?
What?
Or fix that dam area?
Did you not know about the town in Russia that flooded?
No.
Did the heavy rains earlier this year?
Have they ever even said it?
No.
Oh, dear.
No, I mean maybe I never saw that.
See, Russia media does keep everything from people.
Well, you know, I'm going to send him the video.
All right. Anyway, let's finish this up then. So, the day of the start of the escalation, as we've already said, the 24th February 2021, I was working as patient transport, and we were picking up a patient. So I rolled up onto the ward with the wheelchair from the ambulance, and we get onto the ward, and I go to the patient, and the patient just sort of looks at me, and I said, "All right, Mister, whatever his name was." And I was like, "We're here to take you home," and he was like, "Are you?" I was like, "Yeah, we can take you home," and he was like, "Well, what do you mean take me home? I live here." I'm like, no, you're in hospital. We're going to take you back home. And obviously, we didn't have information. Like, we never had information on exactly where. We just had the address and whatnot. So we didn't know where he was going. We didn't know whether he was going home to his wife or to a care home, or we didn't know. So I had to be very careful in what I said, because I don't want to lie to them or say anything else. So I was just like, no, it's fine. We're taking you back home. And then he was like, but do they know I'm coming? And I said, yeah, it's all fine. It's all been sorted out. Everything's sorted. They know you're coming back. Everyone's waiting for you. And he's like, oh, okay. He said, but what if it's not there anymore? I was like, you don't have to worry about that. At which point I was like, just bear with us a minute. And I went to go talk to the nurse. And then he said it again. He said, what if it's not there anymore? And I turned around to the nurse and I said, well, unless he lives in Ukraine, then it's pretty sure it's going to be there.
Oh dear.
And she sniggered, and then I went, sorry, was that too early? She went, a little bit, yeah.
Actually, I have one story.
I mean, I thought it was hilarious at the time.
I have one story. The friend of mine, she's from German. She lives in Berlin, and she works at hospital. And in the middle of the day, this working day, she just called me on WhatsApp and asked, actually, I don't know what to do. I need your help. Like, how can I help you? Okay. We've got some girl. She's about 7, maybe.
Send me a dick pic now. No, God.
No, 8 years old. She's from Ukraine, and she's injured. And I can understand what she's saying. She can speak only Russian. Can you translate it back to me in English, because I don't know what to do with that. And give me the phone. And I started to talk with that girl, like where she came from, what actually happened, what is your feeling, like what do you need to do, like what is happening, how terrible the pain is. So we somehow managed to help her with at least 3 languages, because that doctor assistant could speak German only, the friend of mine can speak English, I could speak English a little bit, and Russian with that girl. So
I mean, you could have
we
fought us,
helped
but
her.
yeah, okay.
That's so hilarious.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking. Go on.
Okay.
I have the video if you want to see where the.
Oh my gosh, you can do that in a minute. Carry on your story.
Thunder, PM.
Go on, carry on your story, Maddie.
That's the end of the story. That was a good finale.
Oh, okay. I was waiting like she stepped on a bit of glass or something like that. Like it's just
No.
Okay. Alright. So, does anybody else have anything else that they would like to discuss before we finish?
I'm gonna finish with some positive note. Doesn't matter what conflict we have, we always need to find a way to talk to each other to find a way out.
Yes.
I think that is a very good point.
Remember that, Thunder. I keep an eye on you.
I keep an eye on you.
And I think for me, I think one of the biggest things for me is the fact of like it's the same across there, and we're gonna delve into this on other podcasts. This is gonna be a running theme, I think, on across a lot of different subjects. But at the end of the day, just because somebody's associated with a certain thing or a certain country or a certain way, or that doesn't define who they are, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, you can have friends from everywhere, and just because you disagree with something about where they're from or what they believe, it doesn't mean you have to dislike or have an issue with that person. Like, everyone should be taken on their own merit, right? So, yeah, with those bits being said, if nobody's got anything else they want to bring up,
you can't but disagree with your parents' opinion, but they're still your parents.
Did you say something then, Thunder? No? Alright, so we are going to end Thickets Thoughts today. Thank you all very much for showing up and participating. Thank you to Valley for coming in and giving us your side's opinion. Your side, as though
your side.
I know your side, as though, you know, given the different perspective on it. Donnie sent me a message saying I borrowed your truck. Haha. I mean, okay.
Fruben has better position. He just staying quiet.
Hello.
He's just watching us. Okay, let's see what happens.
Alright, but there we go. Now, in terms of the Thickets thoughts, hopefully you guys got a bit of a bigger idea in terms of stuff that we're looking for on the Thickets up the bluff. We'll do an animation and stuff behind it. But yeah, send me some of your messages. I've got them all in a spreadsheet, and I've kept track of what ones have been said and such like. I think that actually worked really well tonight, even though people were surprised. I think Stig was...
That could have been a dicey one.
Stig was really surprised because he had no idea. He sent me nothing, and yet I gave him. I was just like, that stuff you've sent me, Stig. I was worried that he was gonna fuck it up right then when he was like, "What do you mean? I haven't sent you nothing." And he nearly said it, and I was like, "Fucking hell." But yeah, that like.
Oh, thanks for name dropping me, Felly.
I mean, hopefully there's some good ideas there, and that'll inspire you guys to send me some more ideas. So you guys send me some crazy stuff, boring stuff, whatever. I can mix them in, throw them up, and twist them into little bits and bobs for you to tell. I know, because we had some that were false but were fairly boring. Like Stig's, relevantly, was fairly boring in that I met my doppelganger in the street of wherever. But you can make it funny and whatnot. So if you send me anything that's a lie, make sure you tell me it's a lie, because you want it to be in the false thing. But otherwise, I'll count it as true, and it will go down as true.
Actually, I have one very funny story, and I would like to share it with you. And I hope someone will get it and trying to tell us the truth or not.
Okay.
I mean, you've already told us it's a story, so surely that means it's true, right?
No
there we go.
spoilers, no
I've locked in.
I haven't heard it.
Alright, go on in,
It's
go on
really
in,
crazy.
Valley. Go on in. We'll finish off the podcast with this thing. Go on, Valley.
I'll send you PM, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna save it? He's gonna save it. He's gonna save it for later. Alright, cool.
I'll save it
Well,
for later.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining, especially Valley, for giving us like the perspective on the side of a Russian. There we go. Is that better than what I said earlier?
Yes.
Alright, anyway, in the meantime, we shall see you later. We'll see you tomorrow, where we don't know what the game is going to be. I haven't even looked at it since I posted it, so I don't even know what's winning currently. Currently, Unrailed is winning. That's interesting. Alright, so it could be Unrailed, it could be something else. But yeah, tune in tomorrow for another game, and I'm sure Jebster will be feeling better. We haven't mentioned it, but he is not feeling very well, which is why he went here today. Yeah, he's not been feeling well today, which is why he wasn't here. Hopefully Jebster will be feeling better tomorrow, and will be back with us tomorrow. And Sunday, we are going to be watching the episode 5 onwards of Clarkson's Farm, but we can't do that on Twitch because they either have already or are going to be removing the Watch Together feature anyway. So if you want to watch that with us, you'll have to be in the Discord, which you can just do !Discord and get
It's actually good
in.
and sad as well. Jazz.
The first 1 to 4 has been, yeah. In the meantime, we shall see you all later. Have a good night. Stick around for the raid, etc., etc. Bye-bye. Good night. That's been your Thickets Thoughts for tonight.
Goodbye.